Hey guys, it's Christina. This is Vox and Guest. I know this is unusual because we usually open with the theme song and the graphic and everything, but nothing is really typical about tonight and the episode. Um, I felt like I needed to talk to you just for a second here at the beginning to explain a little bit about what you're going to be watching tonight. My understanding when we booked this interview was that we were going to be talking to the whole band, Arcana Necronomicus. The four members of the band. It didn't go that way, and I'm not going to say this is the interview that I'm proudest of, because a lot of things happened, and you guys are going to see that. And Greg and I talked about it and thought, maybe we should edit this down, or maybe we just shouldn't even air it at all. But there were some legal threats made. I won't get into that because it's all still pending. And fear for our lives, things like that. But we decided instead what we're going to do is we're going to show you the raw, unfiltered experience, if you want to call it that, and let you guys be the judge of what happened here. So yeah, sorry in advance. Bear with us. We did the best that we could. So here we go. Hey guys, it's Christina. This is Vox and Guest, and I am sitting here a little unexpectedly, just with Mark Prince from Arcana Necronomicus. We were expecting to have the whole band, but we don't. So,
I really apologize.
Okay.
I can't say this is not something that is unexpected because this happens quite often. It's really, really hard to get them all together. It's almost impossible to get them all together without a fight breaking out first. But just to get that at certain times, I do apologize for that. But as what usually happens is I show up and I try to cover for them. Hopefully they at some point. I don't know. So
okay. No, look, I appreciate that you're here. We do have situations where sometimes at the last minute somebody gets an extra shift or whatever. It's not usually because the band doesn't want to be in the same room together, but you know what, like, artists are temperamental. I get it. I know enough about the band to understand that this is not unprecedented, as you said. I just appreciate that you're here. I appreciate that you're here. So
it's so nice of you to say that. I don't get a lot of compliments from the band or anything like that, so it's nice that you say. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, we're definitely going to get into that. It seems like there's a little bit of tension even with you, not just among the others, but and as much or as little of that as you want to talk about. Obviously, I don't want to poke the bear, but you may need to vent. I don't even know, but
if they're not here, I'm gonna because there's a lot going on, especially with the bankruptcy that we had recently, and then it's been pretty rough. So it's not just a rough time for the band. It's just people that are fans that really like the band to begin with. So
oh yeah, no, you guys have been through a lot. We have a lot to talk about. That's definitely true. But before we get into that, I do generally like to start the interview with kind of a silly little question. But I've kind of decided, because this is so unorthodox here with the way that we're doing this, I'm just gonna be a little more conversational. So I'm curious, we're just meeting, but would you say there's anything particularly weird about you, or odd, or interesting, or unusual that you might want to start off talking about? Or
I'm a pretty normal guy. Big thing is I know sister likes to tease me a lot because she says I have a girlfriend, and I brought her to today, so I don't know if you would like to meet her.
Yeah, no, look, I mean, it would be great to have a second person for you to bounce off of. That's cool. Let's meet her.
All right, so this is Chucky, and Chucky is my disabled squirrel. She's my squirrel friend.
Okay.
Yeah, so she's going to be 2 in about another week or so. So I joke that I don't have a girlfriend; I have a squirrel friend. But
Okay.
I spend a lot of time with her. So she's paralyzed from her back end
Aw.
down. She was born normal, and then she had some seizures and stuff like that. But I
Aw.
spend a lot of time with her. She goes to work with me. She travels with me. She goes pretty much all over the place. But the band really likes to tease me that that I don't have a true girlfriend and have this disabled squirrel that I carry around with me. So yeah, that's part of it.
Okay, you know what? That's a Vox and guest first. I will.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess I'm not going to be asking her a lot of questions.
yeah,
But that's okay.
you don't want to piss her off. Yeah,
Okay. All right.
yes.
Good to know. You seem to be surrounded by people who are a little bit like walking on eggshells, I guess. So while we're there, I guess we might as well talk about the band a little bit, in their absence,
Yeah.
unfortunately, if you want to get into what each of you does. I know you're the manager, obviously. I mean, you wouldn't be dressed this professionally if you weren't, but like
No,
beyond
yeah,
that,
I wore the long sleeves today too, so
I
this is
appreciate that. No,
yeah,
I always feel good when people,
I
think
dressed
enough
up.
of the show to, yeah. No, I appreciate that. But then you also, you're the main songwriter too, right?
I am, yeah. So I write the music and the lyrics, so I come up with that, and then I hand it over to the band, and they do a much better job in playing than I can. So
Right.
I have filled in for like when they haven't shown up for like a live event or something like that. I do show up and
Okay.
I try to fill in whatever part I can. But yeah, I do the songwriting for the band.
Okay. All right. And then
If you ask any of them, they're going to deny that. So
okay, well, I guess I I probably won't have the chance, but if I ever do, I will I will see what they say. But okay, so and then let's talk about the they, because you're it's, I guess it's a pretty standard three-piece, in its way. But then not in
yes.
some ways.
So yeah, Sister Skeleton is the she does a lot of the clean vocals. And she does some of the growling vocals. She also handles the guitar parts pretty well. And I think she's been playing for quite some time.
Mm.
Uh, as far as I know, does not know how to read music at all. Never
Okay.
had a guitar, never had a lesson.
Huh?
She kind of plays by ear. So I mean, she's for all her gruffness and hard exterior,
Yeah.
she she does fairly well for her for her mental limitations. Let's just put it that way.
Okay. Okay. And and then you've got Baron, right? Your
Yeah,
bass player.
yeah. So Baron von Butcher, he does the he doesn't even know what it's called. It's a bass guitar. He doesn't even know what his instrument is. He plays the bass. He also does some of the vocals. He's got a couple songs. He does the lead
Right.
vocals. Yeah.
Yeah. It adds a good texture to mix it up. So I like that, but we'll get into that. But yeah.
And honestly, Baron's probably the closest thing that I would call a friend in the band, because he's not nearly as mean to me as the others are. So
Oh, okay. Well, it doesn't sound like the bar is very high, but at least he's
no.
clearing it. So, okay. Well, I'll be very nice to you today, Mark. Don't worry with it.
You.
Since they're not here, maybe you'll.
I'm
get
not
a
used to
little bit of a
that, by
break.
the way. So yeah, I may not know how to handle somebody being nice to me, especially when we're
Okay.
dealing with the music. So
Okay. And then you have a fairly new member as well.
we do. Nosferatu the second. Yeah, he's our new drummer, and he also does keyboards. He is really, really weird. So,
Okay.
and he knows it. I think he knows it, but
Okay.
he's very unique. Again, he replaced our former drummer who passed away. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Mamagoth. Yeah. Just
Way.
of completely natural causes, I heard, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was lactose intolerant and went on a milk binge, and we really didn't know. He kind of suffered in silence. So,
well, I mean, it's tale as old as time, unfortunately. But
yeah,
that's really. I'm sorry about that.
yeah, and he was a different type of drummer. So he kind of he focused more on like some funk rhythms and what we, you know, he would come up with something like that. I'd listen to it and I'm like, yeah, I can maybe, you know, do this guitar and have sister play it.
Okay.
So it was a different vibe. So if you look, like, there's actually 2 versions of a song called Pain and Nightmares. There's the original.
Yes. Yeah.
So he did that kind of, it's more poppy.
Very different from the second one. Yeah, absolutely. The Final Doom is the one that was not with him, I guess.
No, that's the first, believe that's the first song with Nas on the drums.
Okay.
Yeah. Which he's a lot more technical. And you wouldn't know it because the guy comes across as a total like rube.
Okay.
But yeah, but he's a pretty good drummer. Just
okay.
Yeah.
So you even with the weirdness and the tension, you seem to respect everybody in the band, musically at least. So that's a good sign.
I've come to accept my place and know that, you know, I'm just, they're I guess, for lack of a better term, the stars, and sure. I'm just the guy that behind the scenes that tries to keep it all tried to keep it all together, past tense.
Well, that's the thing, because on the one hand, you know, keeping a band together for a couple years is tricky. Keeping a band together for almost 140 years has got to be insanely difficult. But like, you know, you do have a sad story. And ordinarily I like to play the song kind of early, but I feel like we need to take some time here and get into the background, because you guys have been through a lot lately, like a lot. So, I mean, between Mammogoth's, you know, lactose-based demise, and then everything with the band financially. So if you're comfortable, okay, again, just only if you're comfortable, if you want to get into that a little bit, I mean, this might be a good place to kind of frame it up for everybody. Yeah.
So little known fact, I wasn't the original manager and songwriter of the band. So there's a song out there called Indigo Sky that was actually written by the original manager, Eddie Parsay. So Eddie was he was a big Gwar fan. And I think that's kind of where we kind of met, is at a Gwar concert. And so at he went to 50 Gwar shows, and at the 50th one, he got to go up on stage, and he got devoured by the world maggot.
Oh, damn.
And haven't seen Eddie since. So the whereabouts, either he's being, it's kind of like the Sarlacc pit or whatever that Boba Fett,
digested slowly over time. Yeah, okay.
Probably doing that, or probably have been pooped out by now and, you know, doesn't know where he's at. I mean, who knows? Okay. But we haven't heard from Eddie.
Okay.
And that's when, you know, the band kind of approached me and said, hey, you know, do this. And I'm like, they were scary. So I'm like, yeah, I will. And then I was just basically more intimidated into this. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you don't really want to say no in this particular kind of situation.
No, you can't say no to Sister Skeleton. She's like terrifying. She is absolutely terrifying. Yeah. So
maybe a good thing that she's not here today, because that might have been a little bit awkward with her and me. But you know, I don't know, I'm pretty tough, though. I think I could. Not that you're not or anything. I don't mean to imply that, but you know, I mean, how scary could she really be? You know.
Nope. Yeah. That's okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. That was Sister. She's late. She said she's trapped in an oil painting. So I don't know. I don't know what she's gonna. Anyways.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, you know, I mean, we'll as I said, we've dealt with stuff like that kind of before, so we'll roll with it, and we'll see if she comes. She comes. You know, I mean, we'll see how it goes. But anyway, so before she interrupted, we were talking about the sort of big financial news that you've had, and you know, since you weren't the original manager, I guess not all of that is assignable to you, maybe.
It's more of like just the band was just spending like crazy. I mean, they had this big Castle Arcana, and inside that's where the studio was.
Right.
And you know, they're not really wise with their money, so there was stuff being withheld from my position that and a lot of it they said was they were putting into Bitcoins, and it really wasn't. So you know, property tax came up and we couldn't pay, so it went on the auction block. And It has not officially been purchased. But I'm technically still in the castle, but I'm not supposed to be. So none of
you're
us
kind of trespassing, squatting a little bit. Okay.
Who's going to come here and tell me to get out? The police.
No, that's true. I mean, probably nobody even knows you're there. Like, you're. Plus, I mean, we've got a couple hours. We need to. Yeah. So.
Yeah, there's a moat around here, so like, good luck getting through that.
Okay. All right, that's better than ADT or whatever. That's pretty good. I like.
Yeah, that's cheaper. Yeah, it's cheaper.
And probably doesn't fail as often either. But okay, so all right, so I mean, so you are dealing with a bankruptcy. Big deal for a band. Again, a band that's been together, almost 140 years. Like, that's a lot of history that you guys must be really, processing a lot of that. Is the band, are they like in denial? Do they get it? I mean, I know I'm a fan of the Sister Skeleton show, obviously, like, who is not, but like,
right.
I mean, I saw the episode where, she got the call and was clearly distraught about it, but I couldn't get a real sense, where that went next with her and how Butch and Nas are reacting to it. So like, what's the vibe there? Is it like really kind of?
So yeah, Sister's taking it kind of hard. Okay. Sister also took the passing of Mammogoth really, really hard. That was kind of devastating to her.
Oh, but, okay.
Baron's just kind of a go with the flow type guy.
Yeah, I get that sense.
He's like, whatever. Well, he has a job on the side anyways. He does like meat cuts and does all kinds of. He's a weird dude. He's always got some kind of scheme going. And Nas, I mean, I really haven't hung out with Nas too much to really know how he's taken it.
Okay.
I know he was super psyched to get the new drumming position, and then
going to be a big job waiting for me with the passing of Mammogoth, the former drummer.
He was able to record a few things, and then I don't know.
Fell apart.
He's a hard guy to read. He really is. He laughs, but I think it's like inside he's crying.
Oh, okay. So he's not really vulnerable with his feelings where you would know how he's taking it.
Yeah, if I know. Yeah, the guy is he's a weirdo, really. Okay. I have no problem saying that because he's weird and he's creepy.
Okay. Well, everybody's weird in their own way, I mean, like, weird is subjective, I guess, but you're the one that hangs out with them more. So obviously you have the inside track, but it sounds like for the most part, they're at least acknowledging the fact that this bankruptcy has occurred. However, well, they're all variously dealing with it. So
yeah, I mean, Sis tried to earn money on the side to keep the band.
She's been really industrious, really. I mean, mowing lawns and selling drugs, and like, she's really it
was aspirin, so it was legal. She just but
not much of a market, I guess, really. No. But hey, look, I mean, to me, as a musician, you love your band, you do what you have to do, and she tried, and I respect that. I respect that she went out there and tried to just do these odd jobs, and like, whether it works out or not doesn't detract from the intention. So she had good intentions.
Yeah, I think she did. I mean, for all her failures, she tried. She probably tried more than anybody else. I mean, by that point, I was pretty burned out.
Okay.
And whatever happens. I mean, I can't stop them from spending money. I can't it's just how they were. They live a very extravagant lifestyle, and it kind of backfired on them at some point. So.
Well, I mean, I guess the thing is too, when you're a rock star of sorts, you have an image. You have to uphold the lifestyle and the look and everything. And I mean, they're sometimes if you do that and you don't actually have money coming in financially, that's not going to be the best decision. And I mean, I understand the whole Bitcoin NFT thing. Like, I get it. They're branching out. It didn't pan out. It sounds like didn't exactly line up from what you found. Okay.
She also got involved in like calling cards and stuff like that. I mean, they were really getting taken, pyramid schemes and crap like that. So it's just they're in their own little world, and they're very naive. to the real world. But bless their hearts, right?
I mean, absolutely. It's but that's got to be hard for you trying to rein all that in all the time.
Crush my dreams, it absolutely crushed my dreams,
Okay. Well,
so we'll just see where the next day takes us, I guess.
Yeah, no, I'm really sorry about that. That's a lot. But I mean, all right, well, let's move on to slightly cheerier stuff, because the band has undergone some changes. You were not always Arcana Necronomicus.
No.
Yeah. So why don't you get into that a little? We'll talk about the history a little bit, because you've been with the band for most of the time, so you are a pretty good archive of. Yeah, good archive of information. I mean, it sort of misses the first 130 years or so, but you probably picked up on details over time. Things.
I found tomes and little books shoved away in crevices.
Oh, cool. Okay. Okay.
There's some interesting information, but I'm pretty sure if I said anything about that I would be murdered. So I don't.
Okay. Generally we try to avoid that with guests on this show. So let's not even go down that road. Let's just do the. I mean, hey, I said I'd be nice to you. I feel like that's sort of step one. But why don't we start with at least the time that you've spent with the band and kind of how it morphed from Arcana and so on. Yeah.
So it was originally called Arcana, and we started putting our stuff out there, and didn't realize that there was probably 30 other bands called Arcana. And so then we became Arcana official metal band upon Sister's request, because we started getting a lot of different endorsements. And if she ever arrives, you can.
I'm not holding my breath at this point, Mark. Don't worry, but don't stress out. Just you relax. You and I can talk. We're good.
I know. I just gotta shake it out.
Yeah, I know.
So they switched the band to that, and I can't really talk about the whole Necronomicus addition to the Arcana name just yet. So at some point we'll probably I think we'll talk about it at some point, but we just recently switched from the official metal band, Arcana official metal band, to Arcana Necronomicus.
Okay. Well, I'm big on boundaries, so if you don't want to get into it or get murdered or whatever. I'm not gonna push you. Don't worry about it. I want you to be comfortable. So okay. So and then you guys are you have some really kick-ass music. You really do. You do. I mean, and I think that it's cool because since Sister's usually, it seems, the one taking the lead on the songs, but we do get a couple songs where Butch is front and center, and how does that work? It sounds like Sister, maybe, is she cool with that? Is she comfortable sharing this? Oh
God, no. So if she's just decides to go on a hiatus for a while, Baron will take over. He's somebody's got to do the song, and he's more than happy to step into that role. It does create a lot of tension between the two. She rides him pretty hard.
How are your things? You're late.
So, and I think it's more of a jealousy thing. But yeah, his big song is Betrayed.
Right. It's a great song. Yeah, it's a great song.
Yeah. So, I wrote the lyrics for that, and he performed it.
Very cool. Very cool. I get a lot of Iron Man and also Alice in Chains from that. Very kick-ass, all of Arcana Necronomicus' stuff is it's ballsy, you guys are not fucking around. The music is it's intense, and it's really just musically very complex and intricate, and I love the feel that you get. And it sounds like that is a group effort. You're obviously driving a lot of the bus, writing everything. And
the ideas, but they usually expound upon that and just they run with it and add their personality to it, it's kind of neat in that sense to see what I started with and see what they can make it morph into. And they cool. Generally do make it to where it's something pretty good. And I was like, hey, yeah, it's way better than if I was just doing it.
Okay. So I
But
mean
again,
that's really that's very nice of you to be so magnanimous with your creations. You know that you think they're good enough to bring to the band, and then the band takes them in a whole other direction, and you seem to like them even better after the band gets their hands on them than when you
what
handed
am I?
them to them.
Yeah, what am I going to do? Is say, okay, my version was better because I get my ass kicked.
Right.
Yeah,
That's a good. Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, I wasn't thinking
and
about that.
if you ask them, they're just going to say, yeah, we took Mark's idea and actually made it good.
I
So
see.
that's what they've told me. Yeah, you're okay. That idea, well, we can make that idea better or good because yours sucks. So
Okay.
yeah, they don't. There's no filter on them. They just do whatever they want and say whatever they want. They don't
Okay.
have feelings or anything like that. But yeah, I
Okay.
do appreciate you saying that because a lot of the ideas are original ideas come from me, although they
Okay.
would never give me credit for that.
Okay, I see. All right. I have the feeling in a little bit we're going to have to talk about the band dynamic a little bit more, but just to stay with the music for now. So the first album was Death by Despair, right? Okay. So now did you produce that?
No. Actually, we did some demos and somebody who is actually legitimately famous heard those demos that I was kind of friends with at the time, and they approached me and said, hey, since they do a lot of recordings in studios for different things, I'm not gonna really say, but we'll just refer to him as Danny.
Okay.
Danny approached me and said, I want to pay for your studio time. I know a studio, and he actually paid for the first 3 songs to be produced.
Holy
And it was
shit.
literally, it was really out of nowhere. He said this, he goes, what you're doing is good. And I got somebody who can really make it professional. So
It's amazing. Wow.
it was really cool. Yeah, it was
That's
very
an
cool.
on. I mean, okay, so at that point, the band has to kind of give you your props, right? Because that doesn't happen at. Oh no,
No,
okay.
they wouldn't even acknowledge that. It's like, yeah. So yeah, I got nothing from the props from the band. No, God, no, that would never happen.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, I'll give you the props, Mark. I'll give you the
Thanks.
props because that's I mean that's like a Cinderella story, and I mean I know you're usually dealing in different kinds of stories with the band, but like that's a big. I hope at least it was a big ego boost for you because when does that ever happen? Like somebody pays you to go into the studio and record something.
Yeah.
I've never heard that before. So
Yeah, it was kind of a shock, but it was really cool to actually go into a real studio, like at that point, like a professional studio, and actually have a professional engineer do all the stuff. And
right, yeah,
it was really cool. It was a neat experience.
well, and I mean, because you're more used to, because I know there's the studio for the Sister Skeleton show, or at least it was, and then but that's, I imagine, not maybe quite as professional as a professional studio.
No.
I know you've had some cleaning hygiene issues.
Yeah,
recently.
they tend to throw parties
Yeah.
in the studio, and there's always animals involved, and it's just there's been biohazard,
right
things going on. Yeah, and then again, that's where a lot of our money goes, is just cleaning up after like their parties and stuff. Because like when you get shut down, the health department comes in. It's like, no, this is now until we have professional people who know how to get rid of this biohazard waste. And it's like there's trucks coming in and out. They're loading stuff up, in bags, and people are like, it's, oh my God, it's absolutely insane. And it's really, that's probably one of those big contributing factors to us, just.
Yeah, and how could it not? That's got to cost. I mean, hazmat suits alone, really expensive. Like spray bleach and stuff like that. Yeah, that doesn't come for free. And nobody's going to pay you to come in and clean the castle, right? So you only had that once with the studio things.
And what we found out is if you're renting, the suit 2 or 3 times a year, it's just better to buy it. So now we just have them. We just purchase them.
Oh, that's smart. Oh, that's really smart. Look, I mean, one of the things. Well, that's it. Going forward, you've got to be mindful now because you know that the finances can get out of control. So, you must have decent closet space in the castle. For now, you throw a couple hazmat suits in a closet. It's not like it's taking up space or whatever. And then you're not forking out money all the time to rent the. Yeah, I think that's brilliant. No, I mean,
I don't think it's legal, but whatever.
I mean,
what the government doesn't know doesn't hurt them, right?
Okay. Yeah. Well, we'll just roll right past that part. But okay, so
they're not gonna watch the internet.
Oh, that's true. They may not even have access to it. They can only stay in those .gov sites, I think, anyway. But okay, so you get through Death by Despair. Okay. And what was that process like, putting that album together? Because I know you had a couple of, I want to ask you about The Witch, right? Because that song, that one seemed to come out like it was shot out of a cannon, right? Like 45 minutes, cut, print, you had it written, everything was good. Yeah. And then the mixing took a little bit longer.
So I wrote The Witch when I was, so not many people know, but The Witch was written in a different band that I was in. So I've been in a couple different bands before I became one.
Well, feel free to get into that too, yeah.
So Siege Perilous was a band that I was in high school. And then probably about 7 or 8 years ago, maybe 7 years ago, we got the drummer and I got back with them. We started recording, and one night I was like, I'm just going to write a whole song from start to finish. It took me about 45 minutes roughly. And then the drummer, we just didn't play anymore. So I had the lyrics written, everything was written, and it just kind of sat there and it was missing something. It didn't sound good. The recordings didn't sound good. So I didn't have any equipment. And then I approached, the people, the band members for Arcana and asked, hey, are you interested in we can actually make this song good because it sucks in its current form. Okay. And they took it and ran with it and added, the sound effects at the beginning and the end to make it more spooky. And, I think we played it last year for the first time in public at the Halloween thing, and people really liked it. Yeah.
So 45 minutes to write and 2 years to mix and master,
That's about right.
Okay.
For most stuff, yeah.
Okay. That's you have a lot of patience, Mark, which I think we're getting is a general trait that you possess and is serving you well in your current situation.
It's more of it's been beat down to the point where I have no strength to fight back. Yeah. Okay. So it's whatever. Okay.
Yeah. So not so much patience as a lack of will to live or fight or something
pretty much.
Like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That's pretty accurate. Yeah.
Okay.
Now I feel like I'm being psychoanalyzed.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
Okay. Well, yeah. And again, I don't want to get too personal, but I feel like I have to give you your flowers a little bit because you don't seem to get them too much from the band. So, but okay. So because you guys have so many things going on. So there's the music, right? Which again is it's really so good. It's just every song's different, but it all thematically works together really, really well. Lyrically, really cool. And as I said, I love that you guys are mixing up who's fronting, who's doing vocals. It keeps it fresh, however Sister takes that or whatever. But I mean, so you guys, you have that. You have a new album that's going to be coming out next year?
Yeah, next year. It's a full-length album. So
okay. And is that Living Dead?
Yeah, Living Dead. So that's if, things, whatever happens with this bankruptcy thing. But there was songs that we were working on past the first album. There was a lot, and we just really haven't had a chance to work on too much. So that's the stuff the new song, Cemetery Winds. The Witch was pretty much done before. It just didn't make it on the first album.
Okay. I should tell the audience, because again, I know they're probably clamoring for song. We were going to premiere Cemetery Winds here, but Sister has it with her. Yeah. And Sister's not here, so we're going to sort of have to figure out what to do about that. But I'm sure at some point we'll figure out a way to put a song in there, but that's part of why we didn't get that in. So
she's on, it's on her Apple, was it the
iPod?
What's the really small one?
The Nano thing?
Yeah. That's where
kept
files on that.
So she's kind of a techie then?
No.
Oh?
No. It's just people give her stuff and she's a poser. She thinks she likes to think that she knows how to use this stuff. Baron's the worst. Yeah, Baron doesn't know what he's doing with technology, but
I'm gonna push the little square button on there and see what that does.
Yeah. Baron, see, that was something I was going to talk to him about a little bit, because he always seems to have trouble when he records a video figuring out how to turn it off or whatever. So it doesn't seem like he knows his way around buttons very well.
No, not at all.
Okay. So that's kind of something else that you seem to have on your shoulders then, is like the tech aspect of things.
Yeah, and I'm not super tech savvy myself, but it's I do my best. That's what YouTube's for. Get on there and look at videos of how to do stuff and just try to figure it out.
Okay.
To these prima donnas that don't show up for interviews. Yeah.
But we're having a good time, though. We're having a good time, and you get to relax and hang out in what looks like a very comfy chair and all of that. But, okay, so so we were talking about the albums. We were talking about the new album coming out next year. Very, very exciting, and hopefully all of the financial stuff allows you to do that. And I mean, you guys have been getting some radio play, promo type stuff. You've been sort of breaking into the mainstream market a little bit more too, right? I mean, that's pretty cool.
Power 91, we were in the top 10. I think we're like 5 or 6 for the year on their station, which is bizarre. Yeah, and then
awesome.
And they play our songs in regular rotation, and then Radio St. Pete has a kind of an independent musicians show that's on Wednesdays called the Power Hour. It's 96.7 FM in St. Pete, radiostpete.com, and they play our songs. They just played one this past Wednesday. I think they played Butcher's song.
Oh, Betrayed. Okay.
Yeah, they played Betrayed.
Okay.
And then we recorded a bunch of promos for them, which is always fun because there's always bickering and stuff going on, and I record all the stuff and usually put it up on YouTube because the band members don't know anything about YouTube.
Right.
Yeah, so I put up there because they fight in the middle of a take, and
I heard a couple of the outtakes and the bloopers, and it seems like you probably spent way longer getting the clean finished promos than you did.
Yeah, I don't know if it's even worth it, but yeah, we do it. But yeah, we did a bunch of promos for the Power Hour, and we do a bunch of promos for Power 91, and it's really cool. I think that's really neat because sometimes they'll just use it, and there's with that even on weeks that there are times shows they're not really playing our songs, they've used our promos to.
So they're just okay. That's really cool. So I mean, so you kind of have a little bit of a local following then. I
think. I hope so. Yeah. Yeah. Well, we think we start off with 7 fans, and now I think we're over 1,000, so I think we're getting over 1,200 fans. So
that's very cool.
Yeah,
very cool.
Fun.
And then the band has you to thank for that. Not that it sounds like they will, but you have everything up on Spotify. You've got your YouTube channel. You've got a Facebook page. Even we do
have the Facebook.
Yeah, you're for somebody who says he's not very tech savvy, Mark. I mean, you're doing what you need to do for the band as the manager, kind of PR, social media. That's an important piece,
I try. Yeah, I try. It's not easy.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't sound like you have any help with that either.
No, none. Zero.
Okay.
Zero help.
Okay. And then we've got, we've got the band, we've got the music, we've got the album and the one that's coming out. And then you also, you do have, or did at least have before, finances went belly up, the Sister Skeleton show. So why don't you tell everybody a little bit about how that ties in with Arcane and Necronomicus, or?
I'm sorry. Yeah.
What are you doing in my chair?
I'm just
Get
talking.
Up.
Yes, Sister Skeleton.
Febreze it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
More. Come on, hurry up.
I am Febreze.
Febreze.
Yes, ma'am.
Shit.
Good. Now get out of Dodge.
Sorry,
so I can do this
I have to go.
Okay, Mark.
Sorry.
Sister.
Okay. What do we do?
I have to go. Sorry.
Oh no, it's okay. What is going on right now? Is she coming or like? I mean, like, what's
Okay. Well, now.
Oh,
I see you on the screen. Yes, your name is Christina.
yeah. Hi, sister. It was a little unexpected. We didn't know if you were gonna make it. Mark was just mentioning that you were running a bit late. Usually we don't have one band member kick another one off the screen. But
Hopefully Mark didn't do too much damage to this interview, so I'll be taking over from here. So I have a few questions. I'm running these interviews, by the way. I don't know if you knew that or not. Is that how it's working, Mark?
Generally, I'm the one that asks the questions and you're the one that answers them. But what do you mean you're running the...
Somebody's on a power trip. Well, that's okay because I didn't really prepare for this. And I didn't have any questions. This is just a Winn-Dixie ad. So yeah, that actually takes a lot of pressure off of me if you ask the questions because I really didn't have anything ready to go.
Okay.
So
yeah,
go.
no, okay. Generally, yeah, when people come on the show, it's Vox and guest, and I'm the Vox, and you know, I don't know if you've seen the show or...
I have never. No, you have a show.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's what we're...
Is it on Netflix?
No, not this season. No, no. Generally, we're on YouTube. We're on Spotify. I'm sure you know all about all of that.
Well, no, not really. I've heard of Spotify. Is that the same thing?
Yeah, but basically.
Are you there? Okay, I can see you again. All right, yes. Good.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, just give me a minute to kind of shift gears because I was literally in the middle of a question. I'm sorry, I don't mean to upset you, sister.
It's obviously your show now, so.
Okay. Okay. So, all right. Let's shake it off. We had a rocky start, but I pride myself on professionalism, and you clearly are a professional of sorts, and so let's just. I think I was literally in the middle of a question with Mark when you enacted the whole Febreze situation.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, Mark's an idiot, so he doesn't know anything. So whatever, if he says anything at the beginning, it's probably not even true, or just something of Mark's imagination that he decides to come up with. That's just how he is. He's very, how should we put this delicately? He's very stupid. That's about as delicate as let me get a little closer to you because I feel like Mark is very stupid. He's right over there. I can see him. I don't care.
So you're saying this?
Care.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't care about his feelings whatsoever. So
okay.
What is your?
I mean, I Mark and I talked for probably a good 40 minutes or so, and I didn't find him stupid
now you know what hell is like.
Okay.
Hell is like talking to Mark for 45 minutes. Yes.
Okay.
Actually, you can get a taste for that in about 10.
Okay. Yeah. No, I liked Mark. I was good. I thought Mark filled me in on a lot of the stuff with the band. He mentioned about how he's the main songwriter and he's putting all the lyrics and the music together.
We take his garbage and make it into something that's good. Yes.
Yeah,
not good, just great.
Okay.
Excellent.
Oh, well, okay. I'm glad that you're proud of the music that the whole band, including Mark, makes. That's good. But he mentioned that, and we were talking about the bankruptcy. He mentioned that you guys have been a little. He didn't use the word irresponsible, but I guess it's a word you could use around.
Not use that word irresponsible because the only one that's irresponsible is Mark. So I did everything within my power to earn money on the side to keep this band going.
Yes,
nobody else was doing anything. Yes,
we did talk about that with the mowing the lawns, and you were rolling coins. They seemed to roll away farther than you thought, and your brief stint as a drug dealer. I guess you didn't realize that aspirin is not an illegal drug or?
So I noticed a little bit of stank on that question. So let me go ahead and address this right now, Christina, because you think you're so pretty with your blonde hair and your straight teeth. But let me tell you, and all the boys, I bet, want to ask you to the prom. Well, I've got news for you, Christina. I just canceled the prom. So you have fun watching Netflix all weekend.
Oh, okay, sister.
Yeah.
All right. Look, I feel like we got off on the wrong foot. And I look, I'll be honest.
This is pretty much a normal interaction for me with people, so.
Okay. But, you know, I feel a little protective of Mark at this point because he seems to be integral to the success of the band, which I understand is, from a financial standpoint, a disaster, and in terms of interpersonal dynamics, atrocious. But
like
the success, such as it is, right?
You like to use a lot of big words that I don't understand, so I can see what. Yeah, no, it's okay. Keep going on.
Okay. It's bad. And so, but Mark seems to not get a lot of credit for writing the songs and taking care of the band financially and getting you guys up on social media. I mean, I wouldn't have even been able to hear, you know, your music. I wouldn't have been able to listen to Death by Despair or watch the Sister Skeleton show on YouTube if it weren't for Mark. But yet you seem to be kind of the ringleader of the you know, between you and Butch and Nas, and I get the sense that you really don't have any respect for Mark, and I'm struggling with that a little bit because, you know, he does so much for the band. So like,
don't struggle. It just makes it hurt worse. So I'll explain it to you. Mark is just a very, very small piece of the puzzle, and that piece could be replaced with, I don't know, any type of invertebrate like a slug, an amoeba, something that they found on that NASA satellite that just came back with some asteroid dust, whatever, microbes. Anything could be plugged into that position that Mark is in, and it would do most likely a better job than Mark.
Okay.
So, yeah. There you go.
Maybe we should move on from Mark.
That's a bitch slap of truth right there.
Okay. Okay, sister. Listen, I mean,
yes.
You and I have a lot in common. It may not seem like that. I mean, we're both in female-fronted bands. We both understand the pressure of sex appeal and physical appearance and, you know, being wanted by the male audience. And I was going to want to talk to you a little bit about that, but now I'm not really sure what kinds of questions you want to answer. Is that something you want to get into, or? I'm
sorry, did you say something? I missed that part.
Okay, okay. All right, I see how we're. Yeah.
You had. Well, go ahead.
Sex. No, you know
I heard
what?
Sex. That's all I heard.
Yes. I don't want to be inappropriate given, you know, your prior life as a member of the clergy. So I don't want to be inappropriate there, but I mean, it is a reality of being a female artist in a band, especially if you're the front person, that, you know, sex sells. And I mean, do you feel like that's something that, I mean, clearly, obviously, yes, you're selling it, but I mean, do you feel like that changes the music for you, the performance for you? How does that resonate with you?
That really never, and I don't know if you've seen my face, but I'm basically a skeleton, so I don't get hit on very much. So, yeah, I don't really know. I can't really relate to any of that, actually. It's just people are more scared, intimidated. I'm surprised that you're not. I feel, well, maybe you are a little intimidated by me.
No, I'm not. I'm a New Yorker. I'm Italian. I'm not intimidated. But plus, you're also really far away and you don't know where I live. So, you know, right? You don't know where I live, do you?
Well, there's a thing called a phone book. So
okay,
we'll go look.
If you're going to use the full arsenal of technology against me, I'll tread a little more lightly because I don't want to piss you off. But like, I feel like it's a little late. But okay,
it's late for that, sweetheart.
Okay. All right. So let's try and take it in a different direction then. Why don't let's do something fun. Tell me your favorite song.
Of all time, or Arcana song?
However you choose to answer that. At this point, if you just answer any question, I will literally shit myself with joy. So feel free to, however you want to handle it.
I better make this good. Well, my favorite Arcana song, I think, would be Afterlife, because it is a song that I sing on and play guitar. It also happens to be our most popular song. In fact, the running joke around here is we do play another song other than Afterlife, because that seems to be the one everybody knows about. The new song, which I'd very much like to share with you, Cemetery Winds, I believe has an Afterlife vibe to it, if I could use that word. I don't use big words like you because I don't know them. But some of my favorite songs, well, you know what? I have some stuff right here. So some of my favorite, well, I love Tears for Fears.
Okay. So do I. My cover band actually does some of their songs. So
you have to one up me, don't you? Every time. I see where this is going.
Okay, I was trying to relate to you, sister, but okay, I'm just going to keep my mouth shut for it. Go on. Tears for Fears. What else? What else?
Big metal band, the Marky Marks.
Big, huge metal. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
All of them are good. All the Markies and Marks. Striper. That was a good one. And what? You have something snarky to say about Striper?
No, I'm taking it in like a whatever.
No, Iron Maiden. That's garbage. Rush. Who put this crap up here? Well, let's see. Oh, the Backstreet Boys.
So, sister, tell me why. The Backstreet Boys. Tell me why.
Nick, because of Nick.
Nick.
Look at them. Yes, Nick. His name is on this book. This has facts about Nick. It's a huge
little
book.
Tiny book.
You know what? You're this close. You're this close, lady. You're this close.
Okay. Okay. So it's Nick for you. Nick is the draw for the Backstreet Boys.
Yeah. We're gonna go on to the next question.
Okay.
I like Justin Bieber. I like the Backstreet Boys, and I also like Men at Work. Those are my main metal influences.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So you've always been into metal then?
Yes. Metal. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Always.
And you like the very hard stuff?
Yes. Like, Backstreet Boys. Yes.
Right.
I feel like we're just talking in circles now. Yes.
Okay.
I said Backstreet Boys. Men at Work, big metal band. They're from the land down under. If you haven't heard from them. Yes.
Scary. Okay. Yes.
Scary music.
Okay. You do realize that's not under the ground, right? You know that means Australia, right?
What's Australia? What's
Australia?
Let's
just forget I said anything. So, okay, you know what? You mentioned Cemetery Winds. We were looking to play, again, I know you don't watch the show any shows, I guess. But okay, thank you. But you, I do.
I have what? I'm going to interrupt you because you were talking.
Okay. It's usually a good time to interrupt people.
I have watched a show recently, and it was absolutely terrifying. And it was one of the, I guess if you would consider it classic horror. It was, I believe it was an anime, and it was called Charles Brown Goes into a Pumpkin Patch. Now, I pretty much wet myself with fear. That movie, that anime, I believe it was Japanese. It was subtitled. Sure. Was absolutely terrifying. The special effects were amazing. And if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. You need to watch it at night.
Okay.
And with the lights turned off. And I guarantee you, your hair will turn white, and you will piss yourself with fear.
Okay.
And then you're
so just to clarify, is this the Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown? Is this the cartoon from like the 70s that's like with the pumpkin patch and the little kids?
You blockhead!
Yeah, all right. So it is exactly the one I just said. It was Charles Brown. It goes into the pumpkin patch for the Great Pumpkin. That's the name of it. Yeah, okay. I don't know why.
Maybe that's the original Japanese anime on which the one that I've seen was based.
Right.
Let's go with that. What do you think?
Or maybe it's the one I just said.
Okay. Yeah. It could be. Yeah. So listen, the whole goal here is to promote Arcana Necronomicus, and we generally like to premiere or play the song for the band in the first half hour. Since you had it with you and you were a little late, I'm glad you made it out of the oil painting, by the way. That must have been difficult for you, or were you just picking up a few things shopping?
You have to possess the right people to light the candles and ring the bell and do this whole sequence for me to get out. And I am surrounded by idiots at this ritual thing that was going on.
Okay.
And yes, it took a little while, but there's a certain sequence that has to be followed for you to get out of the oil painting.
I see.
But I arrive at the exact correct moment that I am supposed to. So I am neither early or late. I'm right on my time.
Okay.
That's what I follow. Yes.
Okay. So it's not really about other people's time and the value of that.
No, it's about me. If you haven't guessed.
Okay. No, I hadn't guessed. You seem very much a skeleton of the people, so I wasn't aware. But now that you're here, I think we should play the song because that will allow us to stop talking to each other for a little bit.
That would be fantastic.
That sounds like a party in my pants for me. But why don't you tell us a little bit about Cemetery Winds, if you want to,
Sure.
or not? That's whatever you feel like doing, sister.
So Cemetery Winds is it has a really nice. It's one of the few songs where there is clean vocals through the whole thing, so there's no growls, which is much better for my voice over a period, and it seems to be more accessible for the average listener.
Okay.
It is about I believe, a young man going to visit the grave of his dearly departed, and while he is there, he is trying to focus on hearing her or feeling her presence one last time. So he brings her old necklace and he's holding it in his hand, and he's clearing his head, trying to visualize her image, and it is quite a sad song, and eventually she does come through and caresses his hand and kisses his cheek, and then she is gone again, and that's where the story ends.
Well, sister, I have to say, after a rocky start, that was a insightful and really touching description of the song. So thank you for that.
You're very welcome. You not to say that. I appreciate that.
Okay. So you know what? Let's leave that on a good note. Everyone who's watching, this is Cemetery Winds by Arcana Necronomicus.
Hold your image in my mind. At your grave, give me a sign. Clutch your necklace in my hand. I just need to hear you again. Cemetery winds, close my eyes so that I'm not blind. Cemetery winds, blowing through the memories of my mind. Cemetery winds, flowing like a river in my head. Cemetery winds, listen for the whispers from the dead. I can hear your voice calling me from beyond the grave.
So, sister, you described that very well. Again, I think that's a another in a series of terrific songs by the band. Mark and I talked about. Let's not. There was a discussion earlier with me and someone else,
Mark,
right, about the music for the band. And
Mark, go over there and sit in the corner.
He's allowed to be, sister. He can be.
I don't want. His face is just. Oh, his face is annoying, and he's got these big watery eyes, like he's always on the verge of crying. He's. Just sit down. Don't just turn around, face the wall.
Okay. Well, not everyone can be blessed with your bone structure, sister. You might want to be a little kinder to Mark on that. But let's stay focused on the music. Okay, let's just stay focused on that. We were talking. I have some information prior to your arrival about some of the songs, and I know that you mentioned "Afterlife" is your favorite.
Yes.
I think. I wanted to talk to you about Pain of Nightmares because I get the sense from the video that that's a very personal song for you. It seems to really talk about your backstory, your time in the Abbey, the demon that you seem to have encountered along the way. Would you like to get into that video and your story really a little bit?
Not at all. I'm just joking. Yes, I'll talk about that.
Okay.
So anyways, yes, it is a video montage of basically representations of my past.
My soul, the memories never fade.
Where I kind of made some wrong decisions and was influenced, and then but actually it turned out to be rather advantageous to me. I met a lot of cool people, got to hold a really cool knife.
Yes.
And it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun turning to the dark side like that.
Okay.
As you can see, everybody was happy and dancing around in that video.
Right.
And
right.
it was pretty. We had a good time. We had a good time reliving those moments.
I mean, do you and the demon stay in touch? Was that an awkward?
He went on to write some kids' books, and now I think he has a plot of land in Hawaii.
Okay.
And we really just the space given between us. We don't get a chance to talk as much as we used to, but we used to hang out quite a bit and drink some Ham's beer and stuff like that. In our old golden days before the war.
Okay. Would you like to discuss the war?
No,
Okay.
It's extremely traumatic for me. Yes.
Okay. All right.
I'm disappointed that you actually went there, but that's okay.
Okay. I do apologize. It is a primary thing for me to make sure that everyone that's on this show is comfortable and feels safe. And I apologize about mentioning the thing that you just brought up and asking you about it. I do apologize. So, okay. So, I also wanted to talk to you a little bit about Betrayed, because I hear that song is super popular.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I know where this is going now. So you did talk to Mark, and Mark probably told you that song was recorded completely with Mammogoth. Hail Mammogoth.
Hail Mammogoth. Yes.
Thank you. And Baron. So what people don't realize, Baron did a fair job on that one. I do like the song. I would never say that to his face.
Okay.
Yeah, but he did a decent job. He does half of his job well. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, which half?
Yeah. So at any one time, it could be 3 or 4 different halves. Yeah. So.
Okay.
You can ask. I would probably ask him. Yeah, it does add up over time, but.
I would ask him, but he's not here. So I just figured I would ask you, because that song's interesting to me, because there are no 6-string guitars on that song, because you weren't there. So that's just 2 basses, a clean, a dirty, some vocals, and
That's correct.
and I actually thought the vocals were pretty sexy on that one.
They're all right. So the thing with Baron is he has a very different voice than I do. So
Right.
he can sometimes pull off something that sounds, sounds okay. But if I was to go back and do that song, it would sound much better. But
Okay.
I don't want to go back. He's already kind of tainted that song, even though it's okay. It's a fair song, but I don't want to. I have no interest in redoing and showing him up because everybody knows that it would be better anyway. So it's just a moot point at this time.
Very mature of you, sister.
Thank you.
I appreciate that. Yeah. Okay. So talk to me then a little bit about the succubus.
Oh, the succubus. So, yes, that is the most lyrically dense song that we have ever done. It was very difficult to write. Mark wrote actually he did write all the lyrics for that one. There is, when we went into the studio to record that, they were trying to do a metronome to it. And the engineer said, you ready?
I'm ready.
I can figure out the timing of this song. So he said there was a thing called syncopation. I have no idea what the hell that is. He could be making up words for all I know.
Totally possible.
Yeah, it probably is. But there was a lot of technical difficulties. We were at the time using GarageBand on a Macintosh computer, and it kept putting in random bits of static whenever we were playing. So it took a long time to actually do the recording. Once we got the recording done, the mix happened fairly quick, but it did take a long time to put that song. But honestly, that is probably one of Mark's best songs that he has written lyrically. There's a lot of lyrics in that, and it's about, I believe it's about one of his girlfriends. Most of his songs are about his girlfriends, his ex-girlfriends, not his squirrel, not his girlfriend. Did you see his squirrel?
We did meet briefly. She seemed lovely, quiet, and very clingy, but they seem happy. So who am I to judge? But I'm hearing some talking about the music seems to have warmed you up a little bit, sister. And I'm hearing some positive things about Mark and Butch coming out of you. I have to say I'm a little surprised here.
Oh, so you're basically trying to trick me now. Okay, I see. Well, all right. Well, I won't say anything. Yeah. So you tricked me into that. Okay. Nice going.
By asking you.
We'll go back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, just keep in mind we have all of this on tape, so at some point they may see what you've said. So, it's not just me you're talking to. I'm not sure if you're aware, but there's a camera, and it's going to be. There are people watching right now who are hearing all of this.
There's people watching.
People are watching, yeah, and I'm sure they're forming their opinions on their own. It's a pretty lively bunch. I'm not going to give you names because then you're going to go look in the phone book and probably try to harass them. So we'll just leave it at that. But just be mindful that what you're saying is, going to be broadcast to millions of people at some point. So
no, eventually I'll get to them. There's a thing called goofa dust that I can get. It's a dust that you would collect from a graveyard, and then you can send spirits to people, and that would just take care of everything. And they're also basically magnetic, so it would destroy your tapes that you say you have of this video.
So
yeah, I'm not really concerned about it.
Like a DeadX kind of delivery service. It's sort of,
that's cute. Yeah, that's clever actually.
Thank you. Look at that. I think we're starting to get along a little bit, sister. Maybe you and I
wouldn't go that far.
Okay. Never mind. Forget I said that. So, okay. So I think, someone else and I discussed The Witch.
Right.
Sister, are you with me?
Yeah,
okay.
I lose your focus once in a while.
Right. I know.
You're talking about,
things.
Something.
I know. I'm speking, which is generally
the last thing I remember.
Right. Okay, good. Well,
what else? What you got for me?
So let's get. I hear you're a gamer. I'm also a gamer. I'm a big fan, probably of the same consoles. Nintendo. The Wii, the PlayStation. you're not saying anything.
No. So yeah, that's more mainstream stuff. Let me get you. Hold on. You stay right there, and I'll get you some stuff.
Where am I gonna go? What the fuck?
Just stay there.
Okay. Yes. No. I'm here.
Okay.
Eagerly awaiting your return. Super eager. What the hell is she gonna bring out at this point?
All right. Oh, here we go. Let's see. So I got the virtual boy. First of all, this is my Mario doll.
It's me, Mario.
He sleeps in the bed next to me.
Okay.
That's Mario. And I have a virtual boy. Have you ever seen one of these things?
No, it looks a little bit like a Viewmaster from my childhood.
Do you know who makes a virtual boy?
I do not.
Nintendo.
Nintendo
Made this, yes. Very obscure system. The graphics are only in red.
Only
Mark,
in red.
I swear to God, Mark, if you come over here. The other one would be, I like my Pong systems. I have about 20 different Pong systems.
Wow.
There's one of them. That is the Bentley of Pong systems. There's about 178 of these systems made. Pong.
Pong. That's the game with the two walls and the ball that goes back and... Forget I said anything. That's okay. All right.
You're really testing my patience. And then, of course, the game.com, which is very important because it has a touch screen. And they released Resident Evil 2 on it. And it was the most incredible version of Resident Evil. With just four black and white shades. And that game is absolutely terrifying.
Okay, so
game.com. And it also came with an organizer where you can keep your phone numbers in it at one time. Yes, very helpful for you. So you carry around this big game system, so you could, if you had to call your friend, you could turn on your game system and find their number and then dial it. So
I'm guessing you didn't have a lot of numbers to put in the system. Okay.
How dare you?
Okay.
See,
okay.
Now you're being gross.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna Serenity now. Serenity. Talk to me about your endorsements. Clearly, a highly in demand spokesperson.
Yes. So we are the official metal band of the NAA, the NCAA, the NAACP, the National Hockey League, the NHL just endorsed us, the NRA, the FBI, the CIA, the NSA, and just last but not least, just recently, NASA. So
you're the official metal band of NASA. NASA, the space. NASA.
No, NASA, the place that makes burgers. Yes, the NASA, the space one. Yes.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. How did you come to be endorsed by such greatness as NASA?
Right. Well, they saw the influence that I have and my charisma and my general overall good attitude to bring people into the fold. And they said,
suck them right in. Yeah.
They said, Sister Skeleton. And I said, yes. They said, we need you to show people how good space is. Because we're having a difficult time doing that. People don't know about space. They think it's just something that's on their TVs. And I'm like, I will do my best. So I went to NASA and I stood in front of the sign.
Yes, I've seen the photo. Lovely photo.
Thank you.
Photo. You're welcome.
And it really turned around. So since that's happened, they've now talked about going back to the moon. They've started launching probes into asteroids. They are looking into traveling faster than light so they can go to different galaxies and find alien species that will destroy us. So I see that picture has really been the catalyst for just pretty much the demise of mankind eventually.
Okay. Well,
I
thanks
think.
for that. Yeah.
You're
Thanks. Any chance you might go on a trip to the moon? I know they have some one-way shuttles that maybe, you know, any
What are
chance?
you implying? That you
You seem
you
deeply
know
interested in space, and I'm just thinking that might be a good place for you to go and stay there.
I bet you'd like that.
I
Well, I'll
would
let you
not
know
dislike it.
the moon is hollow, and that's been
Okay.
proven by my opinion. And
I thought it was made of cheese.
oh, okay.
I'm
All
not
right.
trying to bring up Mammogoth, by the way. I know that's you and I might not be getting along, but I
No,
know that's a very touchy
yeah,
subject. But
that's
I thought that the the canon understanding of the moon is cheese, but you're saying it's hollow. Okay, I lost her again.
yes.
Okay.
It is a hollow structure that was created by aliens
Mm,
to morph into a big heat laser that would eventually fire upon our planet to destroy all life.
That's no move.
I mean,
okay.
how do not read books?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why don't you ask me about my?
I've been busy making my way through that little Nick Carter book. So I haven't been keeping up on the hollow space laser thing lately, but I will, I do get homework from these interviews. People will mention things and I'll go research them. So I'm sure that will come up because it sounds 100% legit. So thank you as a spokesperson. You're already spreading information to people.
Yes.
So good for you. Good for
Thank you.
you.
Thank you. I do
Yeah.
my part.
Okay. So I'm wondering then, the Sister Skeleton show,
Yes.
Blockbuster.
It's been a hit. Yes,
It,
it's been a
I mean,
blockbuster hit.
no matter what, you really can't deny that. It's the sheer power of personality. Some might call it a cult of personality that you've engendered amongst your fans. So talk to me a little bit about the Sister Skeleton show and how that fits in with Arcana Necronomicus and the future of the show, because I know that things are all a little bit up in the air.
Well, I'm
Not
funding
to
this
go back
one.
to the NASA thing, but they're a little bit up in the air. So talk to me a little bit about that.
So the Sister Skeleton show, we have already scripted out the first 48 years of it. So it's very well scripted out. There's going to be some lore episodes, like one shots, and then there'll be some of the episodes that have a long running storyline behind them.
Okay.
It's going to focus primarily on me because I am the star of the Sister Skeleton show, but there will also be a lot of extra characters that I interview, and so it's going to be very much like your little thing that you have going on here, but just really good.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm thinking of seeing if Mark wants to help produce the show, because he seems to be really, really good at doing things.
Mark, don't say his name, please. He looks over here and he's. Oh, now
Okay, I'm sorry. I missed the mark on that one. I'm
so sick of his crying.
it's a mark against my name that I mentioned him, and I apologize. I will mark it down as something not to bring up again. His name. Won't do that. Wouldn't want to do that to you.
Anyways, yes, the Sister Skeleton show. We've had 3 episodes. We are filming the 4th episode. We have the first season pretty much mapped out, along with the next 47 years. So we're doing pretty good for ourselves. Don't worry about that. We expect it to make somewhere in the range of $16 to $17 billion.
Okay.
Because we spend about that much on each episode. So over the course of, we'll be losing a ton of money. There's no doubt, because ILM is working with us on some of the special effects, and
Wow.
it's a big deal. It's a big deal. We should be able to buy that company and just have them do special effects for our show at some point. That's the goal.
They're not doing anything else really, so I'm sure you'll be able to work that out.
We're not doing anything else good.
Right.
Well,
No, certainly not at the level of the Sister Skeleton show.
No. It would be much better for them to work on us. Yeah.
Absolutely. No,
That's
absolutely. I was, I was expecting the whole band to be here, including, what is his name? Mark. But since they're not, I had a bunch of questions for Butch, but maybe you'll agree to answer them since he's not here, or.
So here, what you should do is this.
Okay.
why don't you ask me about my current hobbies? I took up some new hobbies.
Okay. Sure, sister.
Right,
Why don't you tell me a little bit about your current hobbies? Because that's a question I wanted to ask.
I will, yes.
Okay.
I have recently taken up pickleball. And I become pickleball.
Pickleball.
Yes. Yeah. Pickleball.
Pickleball.
Okay. And I become quite an expert in the game of pickleball. So ask me, do you know anything about pickleball?
Well, I mean, I know that you take a lot of pickles and you form them into a ball, and then you shove them up your ass and you eat them. Is that the same pickleball or no?
You know what? This interview's bullshit. Sister, come on. Please, just go.
What the fuck? I'm sorry.
She's being mean.
Okay, excuse me though. She's so fucking high maintenance.
I don't think she meant it.
I can't keep.
Oh, you don't think that?
I'm trying. I'm
I'm not going back. I am never going back.
Unprofessional. Shit.
With you. That's good.
I kind of feel like we should just let it go.
That's exactly what I want to do. And you would lose the argument, so I'm gone.
Okay. Great. It's the second fucking time that somebody's walked off the show now. What am I supposed to do? Wow. Okay, guys. Sorry. I just want to apologize. I try to be professional on this show and I try to be patient. A part of why we wanted to show you this whole episode unfiltered like this was so that you can understand what happened and how I got to that place that I just was in. But I feel terrible because that's not the kind of show that Greg and I want to do. And I lost my cool. So I want to apologize to the audience, and I want to apologize to Sister Skeleton. I will apologize to Sister Skeleton for losing my temper. And yeah, so I just wanted to say that before we roll into the next segment here.
Oh, great. Hey, Mark. Hey. I'm here now, so can I? Yeah. Am I able to do that interview, or am I too late? Well, you're very late. I would love to do the interview. Okay. Can I get that in now? Yes. Yeah. Let's do that. Okay. Well, just go sit down then. Put down the plastic first. All right. I'll put down that plastic. Hello.
Hi, Baron. How you doing? You look very cool today.
Well, thank you. I just got off of work. Give me 1 second.
Sure. Yeah, get that plastic down. Sure.
I gotta put the plastic down.
Okay. This is okay.
Your sister doesn't like me sitting down on the stuff without the plastic. She says it makes it smell. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, take a load off.
Yeah, it's been
get
a
those
long
ducks
day.
in a row. Yeah, it's been it's been a ride, this interview. I didn't know you were going to make it. Hold
on. One of Mark's ponies just came through. Oh geez.
Oh, okay.
All right, hold on.
Ponies.
Yeah.
Hi, little pony.
Okay, hold on. I gotta feed her, else it's not gonna leave.
Okay.
Your little pony thing. Yeah.
I'm not sure that's a pony, Butch.
It's a pony. Okay. It tastes like pony. Yep, there we go.
Okay.
Oh, it's a little pony. There's good little pony. All right. Look at this. Pony, look. Yep. Over there. Let's yeah. All right, here we go.
Oh, okay.
There we go, pony.
Pony.
I get that. I hope that Mark, get that damn thing out of here. Thank you. Yeah.
Wow.
So,
way to make an entrance. I
wasn't me. I just like, yeah. So Mark's taking out the pony.
Okay.
Let me take off these. I promised Mark I wouldn't eat the pony. I wouldn't eat his ponies.
It's very
Oh.
nice of you. That's
Have you ever had
very
pony meat?
nice. Not recently, no.
It's an aphrodisiac. You know that?
Good to know.
It is like heaven in your mouth. But I'll warn you ahead of time. It's when it comes out, it's like a burning hot Burmese anaconda. So you got to watch it.
Okay. Well, my anaconda don't want none, but thank you for letting me know that. But Butch, I'm a little frazzled because sister just walked off.
She's still out here.
Yeah, she and I we didn't get along super well. Okay, I'll just put it like that. She stormed out, and I didn't really know what was happening. So I'm grateful that you're here. I'm gonna do a big reset on this interview, and try to kind of get things back on track. I talked to Mark for a long time at the beginning until sister kicked him out.
Oh yeah, she doesn't like him at all. No,
you picked up on that, huh? Yeah.
I tend to stay out of the politics of the band. I just kind of sit back and
Okay. You easy breezy. You're Febreze.
Lemon squeezy. You know
there
it.
You go. Okay.
You know it.
Okay. All right. You seem like a cool dude, Butch. You do. Can I call you Butch? Is that okay?
I'll allow it.
Okay. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that. So just to remind everybody, because this has been a little bit of a non-standard interview, you are the bass player.
I do play well, I'm not sure what it's called, but it's as as 4 strings. I have it if you want to see it.
Sure.
Oh, yep. Hold on, the plastic sticking to my backside here.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me get that again for you here.
Okay, I'm glad we get this view.
All right.
This is great.
There we go. Yeah, so
beautiful bass.
It says what does it say? I don't know what PV? It's a PV Patriot. Thing weighs like 50 pounds.
Okay.
Now sister just had me put this sticker on here because I guess she said something about we're doing some stuff for NASA. I don't know. But yeah, but listen to this thing. You hear it?
Wow. That's something.
Cool. Yeah. And it's got 3 other ones here and each one, when I do that, when I pull it or hit it, each one's different.
Wow.
Like every single one is different. Yeah.
They don't all do the same thing. They're all different.
No, I think they're all different. Yeah, those aren't the same. No, those are different. I think I'm not an expert, but yeah.
I mean, you could have fooled me. You picked up on, the number of strings and the fact that they're all different. And clearly you've managed to work some magic with that in the recordings for the band.
Well, thank you. Yeah. I appreciate you saying that. I like you already.
I like you too, Butch. I mean, granted, the bar was real low, like buried in the Earth's core after I talked to sister, but I do like you. I like you.
I like you too.
You're
I'm not sure if you're hitting on me, but because I get hit on a lot.
You do look like kind of a horny dude. I will acknowledge that. But
because though,
yeah, no, you got funny. See, you and we're vibing, man. I don't know. I mean, I'm married, but this
we are vibing.
Those ducks are I'm quacking over here, quack 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 with those ducks you got on. But okay, all right, let's keep it professional. I'm a little flustered, I'm not used to, it's not every day I get to talk to a butcher like yourself. But so we know what you do in the band, and we've been talking a lot about Betrayed.
Yeah, well, that's my favorite song. So Mark wrote the lyrics. Again, almost everything is about some ex-girlfriend that he had or something.
Right.
He's been single so long. Him and that squirrel, it's a little weird, even for me. It's
even
a little out there.
Okay.
Even for me, it's a little out there.
Okay. That's saying a lot.
It is. It kind of is. My hair stick. Yeah. Woo.
Ooh, look at that.
Yeah. That nice.
It is nice.
The kids love it, and the ladies are the ladies are a little indifferent about it. I don't think it's in style.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, long hair and horns are not quite the panty peeler that they used to be, but I gotta admit, I'm still,
you got to think for the mullet.
I mean, it's I don't usually, but for you, it's I'm gonna admit it's kind of working for me here. It's kind of working.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's kind of working. Kind of working.
Nice.
But all right. I know my husband's.
Excuse me.
Oh, wow.
About betrayed. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just came right from Arby's.
Oh yeah, you and Arby's. That's a love affair right there.
Yeah, a little bit of it just came up. Let me wash it down real quick because it's like right in the uvula.
That's super attractive. Okay, great.
Oh, I love meat.
You do. You are not only an enjoyer of meat, but a purveyor of meat.
I probably am, but I don't even know what that means.
Okay, you make meat things, right? You meat.
I do make things out of meat. Yes. Have you ever heard of Al Michaels?
The sports guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we actually have quite a bit in common. I don't know if you've looked this up or heard about it.
No.
He is never in his. First of all, he's 70 something years old.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And he has never in his life, this is true story. He's never in his life ate a vegetable. Isn't that his diet consists completely of meat. And I'm not making that up. Yeah.
No vegetables.
Not a vegetable.
Okay. And this is something that you also share. You've never had a vegetable?
And I will swear on Sister Skeleton's the Pocket Backstreet Boys, I'll swear. Was it right hand or left hand? I guess it doesn't matter.
Wow.
Yeah. God's truth from my mouth to the main guy. It's right into his ear holes.
Never had a vegetable, not a single one. You've not even a solitary broccolo, nothing. Like you just no vegetables.
No, and Nas does get on my case about that. He says I eat too much meat and I'm getting hemorrhoids.
Hemorrhoids.
Yeah, and he says that's not good. And I kind of feel it sometimes.
Okay, the hemorrhoids.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Okay.
I gotta take care of.
I mean, you do have to take care of yourself because I do hear that you have kind of a big event coming up with Jerry.
Oh yeah, Jerry. Yeah, I do. Jerry's doing my colonoscopy.
Okay.
So Jerry and I have this. We have this deal worked out. First of all, there's a rule with Jerry, and if do you know Jerry too?
Not well.
Oh, guy's fantastic.
Okay.
I mean, a little shady, but you save some money, obviously,
right.
But number one rule with Jerry is you don't piss Jerry off. So Mark says, I know, right, Mark? I know he's right here. He's like staring right at me. He's like, "Ugh." Settle down, you dweeb.
Okay, Jerry. You were saying Jerry?
Yeah. So going back to Jerry. I give Jerry the meats, and then Jerry does my colonoscopy, and that's basically how it works. So I go in about once a week.
Once a week.
Yeah. And don't worry about Jerry. He has a license, and he can drive a stick shift.
Okay, I was a little concerned that you had an unlicensed colonoscopist, but
Mark says you need a doctor, a quote unquote doctor, to do colonoscopies. But I mean, really, the guy has a Corvette, so I mean, he's doing pretty good for himself.
I mean, right there, yeah. I mean,
stick shift. He can do the colonoscopy. From what I've read on Wikipedia, he is one of the city's top colonoscopists. So you want to go with the best.
Wow.
So, Jerry's the man.
Okay. And he'll perform your colonoscopy for meat.
Yes.
Is it any particular? Is it pony meat? I mean, are you trying to seduce him into the free?
I'm not allowed to do the ponies. Yeah.
Okay.
Mark.
Okay. So as long as it's meat, he's good to
Yeah, it
check
doesn't
out
matter.
your.
Fresh meat, processed meat. His motto and my motto, it processed fresh, it all comes out the same. So
Wow.
yep.
Well,
So,
okay, wait, hold on, wait. I need to, no pun intended, but I need to process that for a minute because I never really thought about it that way. It's true. I
No,
mean,
it does.
you really, wow, you're kind of blowing my mind.
It is. It's mind-blowing facts.
Yeah, seriously.
And the thing is you can't verify these because, government, right? So
Okay.
who's to say?
Okay.
Jerry is.
Jerry, right.
Jerry.
I mean, because Jerry has the vet, and so
Jerry has
gets
no, I'm sorry, Corvette.
Oh.
It's a Corvette.
a Corvette.
I think it's a Stingray,
Okay.
from the 77 Stingray.
Okay.
That
So
mother
you're
fly.
okay.
He'll chirp second. Like and yeah, and we're
Okay.
because we have to run from the cops sometimes when we're out there, and so probably shouldn't say that. Maybe, can we just edit that part out about the?
Well, it's not the weirdest thing in the show, so we'll figure that one out in post. But so I guess the thing I wanted to ask then is he actively driving the Corvette while he's doing the colonoscopy, or is it idling, or?
Usually he does it so he'll back the Corvette out of his garage.
Okay.
And he has like one of those like folding plastic tables, and I just lay on that.
Okay.
He's got like a one of those black lights.
Blacklight.
Yeah, that's where you can see the stuff.
Okay.
Colon stuff.
Colon stuff.
So yeah, he backs the Corvette out because sometimes there's some sprayage.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
you don't want any sort of splatter on the stingray.
I don't. No, because I'd piss Jerry off. And you remember the number one rule.
Don't piss Jerry off.
I want you to tell me because I need you to know this too.
Okay.
Number one rule is what?
Don't piss Jerry off, right?
That's exactly right. Thank
Oh,
you.
man.
You
Sorry,
were
if I'm a little slow on the answers, it's because I'm a little distracted just by you and the
That's
whole.
common with the females. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to make Greg feel bad or anything, but he's a little distracted by you too, so I think it's okay.
It's
We
okay.
may need to talk after the taping, but so just to kind of keep it real or whatever. So you God, I feel like a schoolgirl right now. Okay, so you're in the band and
I am.
you have this job.
I'm in Arcana Economicus.
Yes, that's the band.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one I was talking about. And
Mhm.
you also have this job, this meat-based job. So I'm wondering, since
That's
you're
correct.
working two jobs, like, are you not getting paid that well for what
No.
you do, or?
I get paid very handsomely.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah, from the band.
okay,
The job, at the end of the day, I'm able to take my little, like, my piece of meat with me. So it's like it's kind of like, did you see Obi-Wan, that TV show, Obi-Wan?
yes,
He's cutting up the space whale, the desert
Yes.
space whale. And at the end, he like puts a little bit and wraps it up and like shoves it in his pants. And he goes like, the people are like, hey, are you stealing space whale today, Obi? And he's like, no. And then, yeah, and he
classic
goes,
Obi, right? Yeah,
he cooks it up, puts a little like, I don't know, he puts like some of that,
was it like
everything.
paprika or the everything bagel? Yeah, seasoning.
everything
yeah,
bagel. He
yeah,
loves
yeah,
that
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah.
Dude, he's all about that. And cooks it up. It's kind of like what I do at the meat shop.
Okay,
So yeah, I just shove some meat down my pants,
okay,
and just walk on out. Nobody's
Okay.
the wiser. They won't be watching this anyways.
okay.
So the other thing I do is I play that the 4-string that thing I showed you before. I play that.
Yep. Yeah. In the band, but the band pays you handsomely. You said.
I do. I get paid very handsomely. Yes.
Well, that's pretty fitting because you are,
Well, I do.
very handsome. So.
Well, thank you. And I feel like I do half my job, half as well as people are expecting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I look
Actually,
good.
his sister said something kind of similar to that.
She
So
did. Yeah.
yeah.
She's all right. if you just like let her do her thing, she'll punch herself out. She'll get tired. And if you don't fight back, it's all right. She's okay.
Okay. So you've kind of figured out how to work with her.
I have. Yeah. She's got a big personality, and
yes,
bless her heart, she'll let you know it.
Yes. Yes. I mean, the thing is though, Butch, it's one thing for you to be with sister and like have the sheer sexual power that you do, and maybe you can kind of calm her down a little bit. That like I can't do that. So she and I really we did not get along. It was a first for me on this show, and I feel a little bad about it, but I'm just glad that you're here because it's
thank you.
it's good to have somebody really just kind of rooted in reality and very aware of what's going on, and just to talk human to human.
Sports,
I appreciate
beer,
that.
Meat. Just to let you know, just a little background on sister. She wasn't always like that way.
Okay.
When Mammogoth passed, I think Mammogoth was probably the closest thing she ever had to like a friend.
Wow.
So she took it pretty hard. I did too. Mammogoth was cool. He was a little gruff, but the new guy Nos, he's out there.
I keep hearing that. I keep hearing. Mark said he's weird too. I didn't even get a chance to talk to sister about him because we didn't.
He smells like dirt and old tomatoes.
Okay. Old ones, not
fresh tomatoes. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what tomatoes taste like. So yeah.
Right.
But if I'm around a tomato, I would imagine that's what Nos smells like. But if it was like old,
Okay.
like 50 or 60 years old, not
now,
like.
technically, I think tomatoes are a fruit. So do you eat fruit?
No, God, no.
Oh, okay.
No, is a fruit a meat? Do they make meat fruit? I've never heard of it.
Yeah, I'm not. I would have to go on Wikipedia and look that one up. Maybe there's an article linked to the one on Jerry that we could. I don't know. I'm not sure. I actually shouldn't speak to that because I really don't know. But okay, so no fruit, no vegetables. I gotcha.
Never.
Okay, but so you do. I hear one of.
Stay away with those fruit and vegetables.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Down here.
But I do hear, because the ladies talk, I do hear that you are known for eating some seriously gross stuff.
I am. Yes. I am.
So like what are the grossest things you've ever eaten?
Oh gosh. Well, I've eaten pig brains for reals. And it tasted like corned beef hash. I have eaten that. I ate some cow uterus.
Okay.
And that tasted like a salty rubber band.
Okay.
Very good. Very tasty.
Tasty. Okay.
Now, I was supposed to eat some pig, what do they call it? Pig colon, the part of the pig that holds the poop in before the poop comes out of the pig.
Yes.
But I dropped my piece.
Oh no.
So they back then in the group that I was hanging around with, that was a penalty. So I would have to eat more, or I'd have to eat it off the floor without using my hands. Or I could just eat a piece of the pig bung. And that's what I ended up doing because it was a smaller piece. Again, a little tart. Yeah, a little tart. Couldn't really break it down no matter how much I chewed it. It didn't really lose its form.
Okay.
I ended up just swallowing it. Yeah.
Okay.
So the pig bung, that was rough.
Okay.
But looking back on it was good. And then fish eyes. I tried to do the fish head stew, but just between you and me, I'm not really sure fish is a meat. But the eyeballs were, they're like little squishy, I don't know, jelly bean things. It was an explosion of taste in your mouth. It was
like a piece of Chew's gum or something, right? Yeah.
Maybe, yeah. If I knew what the hell that was, yeah,
Yeah,
probably.
okay, all right. I feel you. Okay, so I mean, I know that's pretty gross, but I've also eaten at like Applebee's, so I'm not that impressed. But like, I think you like to keep things saucy, and you like to keep
I do.
things. Yeah, you really
Yeah,
you're a bit of a mystery wrapped in an enigma, shrouded in just
secret
darkness, and
sauce.
yeah, secret sauce.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I am. Thank you for saying that. I really try to do that. I try very hard.
No, you're making it work. You really are. You're making it work. So, do you feel like being the sex symbol of the band that you have an extra pressure on you?
Oh yeah, big
Okay.
time. Yeah, big
Okay.
time. There's a lot of pressure on me to to keep my figure.
Mm.
Um, you know, um, I work out, pretty much 20 hours a day.
Okay.
So, yeah, every day. Never take any time off, not even on holidays.
Okay.
Constantly,
Wow.
pumping the iron. More plates, more dates. You know what I mean?
I sure do. Yeah, I really do.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
You know what I'm talking about.
Okay. Yeah, I do. You and I. Yeah, I got you.
More plates, more dates.
I got you. Yeah. Okay. So you do have this added pressure.
Yep.
And I know that, sister often is the one out front. We talked a little bit about, the pressure of being, a woman in the music industry and all of that goes along with it. But I think it's, a lot of times guys don't, we don't talk about the fact that, a specimen such as yourself comes out, and there are probably women rubbing your horns and trying to squeeze some duckies, and you do you have any sort of
Is that a metaphor for something? Because I'm not.
No, look at you
Wow.
with the metaphor, though. I like a man that knows a good metaphor. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Oh, I heard somebody else say it. I was like crossed my fingers that it was the right context. So
Yeah.
no. Yeah, I just kind of I like to party. So but sometimes it gets weird. We've roughed up the studio a couple of times, and
yeah, Mark was mentioning that seems a little out of
you know what I'm
hand.
talking about, don't you? Yeah. Oh, stop crying. God, that guy.
Oh, poor Mark. Poor
Yeah,
Mark.
he's all right. He's
Why do you think Mark is so unpopular in the band?
well, he's not the brightest tool in the shed. He's just he's kind of a loser, but he's not a terrible, like, inside here where he's soft like a woman. He's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he's all right. Like I'm not gonna hang out with him, but if we were like in the hall in high school and we like pass each other, I do like one of these.
Oh, you do a little like, hey.
I would like, but we'll watch. Let me turn to the side.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say his name. God, no.
Okay. Yeah.
Get
Would you be wearing, like, I don't know, tight pants when you did that in the hallway, or
Is
just
there
for
any
my
other
for my
tight
for
pants
my
later?
for my purposes later, or
That there's no other pants than tight pants. Yeah, that's it. And that's because I work in a meat factory.
okay.
So if stuff's flinging around, you get caught in a grinder or cutter, and it's gonna
That's a
ruin your
really
day.
good point. Yeah, no, you do not want chopped giblets.
Nope.
No.
Been
Yeah,
there, done
you
that.
got, yeah, no, and you
2 years in a row.
no, I really, especially given that you have these weekly meetings with Jerry, what's he even going to do if you get your gizzard caught in the? Yeah, I mean,
He'd figure something out.
okay, he's
Jerry wants that meat.
creative like that, like he's
Yeah, he'll find something to do.
okay.
Yeah,
All
and
right.
honestly, the guy kind of terrifies me. So I'm good with the colonoscopy. He's one of the best colonoscopists in this area. I
Yeah.
don't want to branch out too far with him. I've had good luck with this.
I mean, the thing is, though, like, have you looked him up on Yelp recently?
What's a Yelp?
Yelp. So it's like a review site where people go.
Like I Yelp you? I Yelp you.
Like, well, sure, in a way, I guess you could say, because people are trying to help each other with
You need some
reviews.
help?
of different things. Look at you, just
Can you use it in a sentence?
I
You know what
I looked up the best Corvette-based colonoscopists in the area on Yelp, and I saw the reviews.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, all right. Well, you might wanna check that out. I know you are kind of you and technology are not the best of friends, but
True that.
yeah,
True that. Yeah. Nope.
yeah.
Nah. Yeah. Still use a rotary phone. Have a
Okay.
party line. Yeah.
Oh, a party line. Ooh. Well, you do like to party, so that
I do. That's why I kept it. It's incredibly inconvenient, but yeah.
Okay.
Party
So,
line.
do you think maybe after we finish taping, you would give me your party line number, or?
I'm not really feeling the connection here with you.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got the blonde hair and the straight teeth, and you're not really my type.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No, you know what? I am.
I like them like a little bit rough.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little crushed, but see what?
I know it was a movie. All right. So I know it was a movie. What
was a movie? What was a movie?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yes.
Yeah. That when he had the mask on,
then
that's pretty hot.
Okay.
When he's running around.
I could get a mask before we went out. Like
I don't know why you're trying. See, it's not. See that you're trying too hard now, and it's taking me off even more.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well.
Yeah.
I'm a little embarrassed now, so I kind of really don't know where to go from here.
I'm just joking with you. We're gonna have a good laugh, right?
Oh man, I almost made some meat in my pants there. I was a little nervous I'd upset you, but okay. Oh,
yep.
Yeah. I'm just gonna watch you drink. I don't even really have anything else to talk to you about. I'm just gonna watch you do things. Wow, that Arby's still.
That's good stuff. Hold on. Yep. Let me just do that. Man, this is all wet now. I've been sweating like a pig because I did the slaughter the thing with the animals.
I got you.
My phone's going off. Is that my Uber? Mark? Thank you. Hold on. I think my Uber's here.
Okay. Oh.
Let's see. Yep, my Uber is here. Yep, I have to get going. I'm so sorry.
Okay, no, I understand. But will you call me though? Like, you'll call me, right?
Oh yeah. All right.
Okay.
I'll call.
Okay. Did he just?
Mark, I'm.
Oh.
All right.
I think he'll call.
Where you go? Come on, man.
Yep, gotta go.
You guys are killing me today.
Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah, I gotta go though.
All right, but. You knew we were going to do this today.
And my Uber's waiting. So
you're just going to leave?
Yeah, I am. Yep, I am. Got to get that colonoscopy.
This is why. This is why you guys drive me crazy.
Yep. See you, buddy.
Oh, hello, Mark. Hi, Nos. Am I able now to go and do the interview thing with all the little on the computer? Am I able? Yeah, everybody else is gone, so you're the last one. That would be splendid. Thank you so much. Thanks for showing up. You're just super late, as always.
That's okay. I see that the Baron was here before me. Because his sister won't let him sit on without his plastics. Let me move the plastic out of the way. Where is the girl? Where's the girl that I don't see?
I'm here. I'm here. If you sit. Nas, you can probably see me better.
Is she behind? Where is she hiding? Mom.
Hello. If you sit, you may see me better. I'm in the little.
Oh, is that her on the screen?
It's me.
Oh, she's so tiny. She's like a little. I see her face, Ma. look like a little hobbit girl. Oh, he's so cute. Hi.
Hi, Nas. It's so nice to meet you.
That's very kind of you to say, because most people, when they meet me for the first time, they're a little scared. But you
Oh,
seem like you're okay.
I am
That's very
okay.
nice. That's very nice. But you're all, how'd you get so tiny? What do
Oh,
you?
it's just genetics. But yeah,
No,
so
yeah.
I'm so
Oh,
happy that you're here.
I bet you have a very high magical resistance to spells, maybe.
I feel like I took a Cosmo quiz at some point and that did come up. So I think you're right. I think you're
I
right.
bet hobbits have that. Frodo.
Hmm?
You saw Frodo?
Mhm.
Yeah, he was a hobbit, and he was high a lot.
Oh,
He smoked what they said they called it the pipe weed.
they did.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
true. I've heard that.
but yeah, it's just a cultural thing. It's not like it's bad.
Right. It's just part of the Hobbit
They
experience.
love they love to get like just wicked hammered.
Mm,
They love
mm,
it. Oh,
mm.
they all about it.
They
So how are you doing?
I'm honestly, I'm feeling better right now than I have for the last couple of hours because it's. I'll be
Right?
honest with you, Naz. You look like you have a face of someone who listens very well.
Oh,
It's been a little difficult today. I started
yeah.
talking to Mark,
Well,
yeah, and Mark and I were
sometimes,
fine.
yeah, sometimes you get up and all kind of strange thing happen, and you just, you have to just kind of put your pants on and do things. That's what I say.
I feel like
You have,
I would love to get that on a t-shirt, you know? Sometimes you just have to put your pants on and do things. I like
yeah,
that a lot. I
you
like
could,
that a lot.
you could you could do it without your pants on, but um, what I have found out from experience is
Mhm.
some people are a little prude, and they don't like you walking around and with it all
Without
without
right,
hanging out. Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
weird because
It is
that's
weird.
how we came into the world is not
Exactly.
pants. Yeah.
Exactly. Can you imagine a baby coming out with pants on? How weird that would be?
Actually, yeah. So my father, he had a full suit on when he came out.
Oh,
He was full gown. Like he had, yeah. He was. I've only heard rumors of that, but
right, right, right.
you know how rumors are. Get started and people
Yeah.
just yeah.
Yeah. Well,
So I
did he have a hat too, like a fedora
He
or
did
on his
not
hat?
like hats. No,
Oh,
he didn't like
oh,
the hats.
no.
He had that thing that you see advertised all the time, the bulldog head shaver. That gets
Oh.
yeah, it makes your head super smooth.
Super smooth. That
Yeah,
helps with the
it does.
exit too. Yeah,
It
the
does
aerodynamics. That's really yeah. Okay, okay. Well,
yeah,
I mean,
a lot of
he
things.
seems like a dapper gentleman, just as
I
his
don't really
son
know
is.
him. I
I
don't know.
know. I
Yeah, I
know.
don't
I'm
know.
sorry.
I was right after I was born.
Right, right.
He was flying away. Because he could do bat. He think like he turned into like a flying mouse
Okay,
sometimes.
okay,
He was
okay.
tremendous. He's a,
That
I
that's
hope,
that's very handy too because a lot of airlines are experiencing delays these days,
yeah,
and
oh,
if
he
you don't
doesn't
have
know.
yeah, no, good for him. He sounds like a self-starter. I like that. I like that.
Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, you really didn't get to know him at
He
all.
abandoned me.
Oh, I'm
It's
so
okay though. It's okay. I'm okay.
sorry. But at least you had mom.
Oh yes, mom, let me get her my bulky of my mother.
Oh,
Like,
look how
she,
beautiful. Hold her up a little bit more.
yeah, how That.
Well, closer to the camera.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't
Yeah.
know. So don't
Oh,
get.
look, it's so beautiful. I see the resemblance. I do.
Yeah, she a very handsome woman.
Mm.
She, her thing here is she's very old. She's almost 200, and in 47 more years after that.
Wow.
And so yeah, she's still putting around.
Hmm.
Yeah, she gets around pretty well. She still drives. So
Does she have one of those jazzies too, or like the staircase chair?
I don't understand your English. I'm
Oh,
gonna throw mommy away now. Goodbye, mommy. Okay, mommy, like I keep a picture of my mommy, and I go everywhere. I tell people about my mommy. She's very nice. She's very nice woman.
aw, I'm so glad.
Yeah, she loves people, and like where she drinks their blood. So doesn't get along. She's not doesn't get along well with party people.
Oh,
Yeah,
not a party fan.
no, because they get drunk and then she drinks the blood.
Oh.
She gets so tipsy and does things
Yeah,
weird.
the occupational hazard. I understand.
Funny how life is like that. You drink somebody's blood and then you're falling down drunk. It's so weird.
It's
How life
it's life. Life is just it's a series of ups and downs like that. It really is not. So
is,
since she doesn't like party people too much,
right?
how does she feel about you being a part of Arcana Necronomicus?
Oh, I don't really party with them. No,
Oh,
I just come into the studio, and once in a while, I will play either the drums or I will play the keyboards
right.
for them. Yeah. So you like a Nintendo? Do
I
you?
love
You
Nintendo.
love Nintendo? Oh, goodly! I got a surprise for you. Okay, hold on. So, this is my keyboard. Right
Wow,
here. Yeah, right.
it's
So,
big
thank you.
and
It's
very modern technology you've got there.
well. Here's the kicker. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So this is called a. This is real, by the way. This is a miracle keyboard that they used to sell for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
I had one of those.
Yeah, so I still use this one. And
Okay.
you would hook up a dish here to your Nintendo and you put the game cartridge in and it
Mhm.
would teach you. That's how I learned.
Wow. Okay. Kind of a miracle then.
It is a miracle. That's why they probably called it that.
You're
Oh my
right.
God, you're so smart. You're good. You're good. Yeah, so it's a miracle keyboard.
Wow.
I think it goes this way, and I play it on this side. It's
Okay.
funny.
You have a style. Okay.
I
Okay.
do. Yeah, I'm different. I'm
You
gonna
do.
put this back over here.
So do you like Nintendo a lot then in general?
No,
Oh.
I'm more of a Sega. I grew up with the Sega Master System.
Oh.
And yeah, I like the role playing games where you get to be like a character and you kill monster and you get stronger
Mhm.
and you go on an adventure and basically at the end you fight something really evil and you get to kill it and then you're a hero. I always want to be a hero.
Well, in some ways, I feel like you kind of are a real life hero because you are very kind to the world. You are, and I think it may be. I'd have to think back, but you may be the first person I've ever interviewed who is not only vegan,
I am.
but Amish and
Yeah.
a vampire. So,
Yeah.
how does that work for you?
Oh.
Day to day.
Day to day, it is a challenge because it's not socially acceptable to be a vampire. I don't really fit in with the Lost Boys type thing.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm eating vegetables all the time.
Right. Sure.
And yeah, they're real. And I'm around meat a lot with the Baron,
Oh yeah.
and he's always like, "You should try a burger." And I'm thinking, "Good, that doesn't sound good to
Yeah.
me." Yeah, no, Baron. And he's like, and I say, "You should try a broccoli." And you know what he said? He said, "I'd rather die." I'm like, yes, he's taking a broccoli and shove it, but I know he's just kidding.
Probably.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you're so sweet. You're so sweet.
Yeah, I have a dark side sometimes. I keep that to myself.
Well, everyone has a dark
You
side.
have your
That's
secrets, right?
understandable.
The skeletons in the bathroom, right?
Right. That's where
Yeah.
some of us keep them. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Okay.
keep them anywhere they fit, because sometimes they fit good in the tub.
Mm.
And you get ones that are already, the bones are broken up. You could keep those in your closet, like in a Tupperware bin. That's fine.
Sure. Sure. You have to keep the lids, though. Keep the lids, because a lot of times,
Yeah,
when you're packing up something, you have the Tupperware or not the lid, or the lid, but not.
You got to keep your lids. You got to keep them on. That's how I find it. How working is you keep the lid on the top of it, so you don't have to look for the lid. That's
Very
how I break things.
clever.
That's how. Yeah, I'm smart.
That's very clever. That's
Right,
very
yeah.
well, and especially again being a vegan,
Exactly. Yes,
you
I
have a
am.
lot of produce to keep fresh.
I do. Yes, and so a lot of I have to watch out for the flies. But you do a couple rituals to Beelzebul, the Lord of Flies, and you're like, yeah, I'll keep them away from you. Don't they won't bother your banana and your broccoli asparagus.
Okay,
And then
so those actually work though, because I keep seeing those
it
classes advertised
works.
at Whole Foods, and I wasn't sure if it
Well,
was just a scam or.
Well, no, it's not a scam, but here you have to follow the ritual. You have to, make your sacrifices.
Okay.
And then, but yeah, once you do that, he's like, just send flies over to your neighbors or something. That's fine.
Okay.
It's not a problem. You made the blood sacrifice already, so yeah.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
All right, but it sounds like something that you do have to work at. You're not just going to come right out off the gate and get that spell right.
It can go really bad sometimes. The first time I tried it, it was really bad. Yeah, something came through, and the SWAT team, it just they ate everybody on the SWAT team.
Oh.
And it just ran away. I have no idea where it went.
Wow.
But I think it went I think it went in the sewer. Yeah, that's where they like to go. Can you imagine living in the proof in the sewer? Oh.
Well, I have been to New Jersey, but no, but I mean, it makes me feel better though that you say that, because if someone like you could have trouble like that, if I'm a beginner and I'm having difficulty, I won't feel so bad, because I'll think of you and your sweet face.
Yeah, well, you gotta. Sometimes when you start, I was a noob, so you gotta
We've all
connect.
been there.
Yeah, you gotta get on Discord and say, how do I do this without summoning a devil demon thing? And people are very helpful. YouTube,
okay.
you can just look off on YouTube.
Okay.
YouTube has videos. Yeah, some of those videos get like 1 million views.
I know.
That means that person's getting like $1 million. That's a lot. That's a lot of what do you guys call it over here?
Money?
Yeah, money.
Yeah. Well, speaking of money, I mean, we got to think that you, having become a part of this illustrious band, Arcana Necronomicus.
Yeah.
This I know. I saw your episode, with the documentary crew, and I know that this was a lifelong, well, maybe not a lifelong, but at least a century-long dream for you, to be a part of this band, and you kind of lucked into it, although I guess under somewhat unfortunate.
Yeah, people live and die by weird means. But here's the thing, Mamagoth, I do better with the drumming than Mamagoth did.
Okay. Okay.
And, strange things happen at every moment. So, Mamagoth not here anymore, so I get to come right in.
Yeah,
There's a
funny
scene
that that's a, that
Yeah,
that was
it was
that was a
nice.
neat little coincidence for you.
It was just a coincidence. There was nothing nefarious about what happened. It's sad for him and people that care about him. I didn't give a crap,
Okay.
really.
Okay, but
I,
so
I didn't really know him, so it doesn't bother me.
okay, I see. Well, you're ushering in a new era.
I am. Yeah.
And so have you always been a drummer? I imagine it's difficult, as in bat form to carry the whole kit, but I mean, have you always been
Oh, I'm not able to turn into a bat yet. I haven't
oh,
figured out. No, I haven't figured out how to do that.
too young or
No, it just takes a lot of reading.
okay.
And yeah, and I just don't have the time. I'd rather watch TV. Yeah, to
Okay.
tell you the
Well,
truth.
you know what though? Honestly, that might not be the worst thing because load in and load out for a drummer is always terrible. When you're a bat drummer, like I can't even
Yeah,
imagine.
no, it wouldn't work.
No,
They both have their hands are so tiny.
so
Like
tiny.
your hands. Yeah, like your hand. How you gonna hold? How do you drum? Do you drum?
I every once in a while I will drum,
You
but
drum? Wow.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
that's right. Okay, to each their own. You
Okay.
have like little tiny drumsticks that you use.
Little time. Yeah, it's like they're toothpick size.
Oh, that must be adorable.
It's pretty cute, I
Yeah,
have to
you
admit.
should put that up on the internet. People would love that.
Yeah, it's true. I could do like an only drums or something. I could do
Yeah,
that.
you can
Yeah.
have you could have like a normal sized person dancing and you're drumming in front and you're like super tiny and it's like
Okay.
a big foot. Yeah,
I
you
like
can use
that.
that idea if you want. You can make
Wow,
it.
you have a lot of I mean, if I do that, are you going to expect a cut of the profits
Oh
or is
no! Oh
oh,
God,
you're
no!
so
I'm
sweet.
not like that. No, you
You're
do that
so
one.
sweet. You're
Yeah.
just so sweet.
Oh
You really
stop.
are. I really I have was hoping that you would come. I know the
Yeah.
interview's been a little disjointed with everybody, and their schedules and everything. But I did want to talk to you a little bit about like your
Yeah.
drumming influences and
Oh
all
yeah.
of that.
So my favorite drummers, I have a few that are like just pop into my head. I really like Taylor Swift. I think he's a really good drummer. I like Billy Eyelash. He's very good. He does. I really like the speed of his double bass. He goes very fast. That's it.
Okay.
And then also I like Harry Cognac Jr. Yeah,
Okay.
because he does the drumming and he sings at the same time. His voice is like, oh, it's like an angel.
He
It's like
does have a beautiful voice. Yes,
yeah,
I wasn't aware that he's a drummer.
oh
Um,
yeah,
I actually wasn't aware that any of them were
Taylor
drummers.
Swift, yeah.
But to be fair, I don't know Taylor Swift that well.
No,
So,
no, no, Taylor Swift. Why you say Swift?
oh, my
No,
apologies.
no, no, no,
It's
Taylor
it's
Swift.
the accent. I'm a New Yorker. I have a strange accent. It
Yeah, Taylor
wouldn't
Swift.
make sense to you, but
Taylor
yeah.
Swift. Tall blonde girl
Right. Okay.
dating Travis Kelsey now. I guess I don't know.
Okay.
Weird.
Okay. Wow. You have some very different, varied influences then.
I do. Yeah. I don't like music that much, though. To tell you the truth, no. I just want to be a part of Arcana. That was my
Sure.
dream since I
Sure.
was a fledgling. Yeah.
Sure.
So, but it's nice though because sister, she's a little bossy, and she can
I
boss
do hear that. I do hear that. Yeah.
me around. But I just kind of like let her get it out of her system.
Mm.
I don't hold anything against her. No, it's just.
That's very nice.
And Baron is nice. He just smells rotten.
Mm.
He just smells like rotten meat all the time.
Mm.
But
Mm.
my sniffer's not so good sometimes. I get stuffed up. I got allergies. So
Oh.
the pollen, yeah. The
And
pollen.
people, right? Yeah.
And people too, yeah. People
Mm.
sometimes make me nauseous.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I understand. You could try Zyrtec for that. Just a little tip.
Okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't know what that is, but yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Sir,
I'll send you information
you
later.
said Sir Tech?
Zyrtec. Yeah, it starts with
Oh,
a Z.
is he
Mhm.
British?
Mhm. He was knighted, I
Oh,
think,
so
yeah,
Sir Tech.
yeah, a long time
Oh,
ago. Well, I mean,
that's
in your way, you're kind of a royalty, right? You're very
no,
regal. You're very, I mean, I know
yeah,
not technically, but you have a
it's
princely manner about
it's
you.
yeah, it's part of just it's part of the image of that I have for the band.
Mm,
The band is, probably the most popular metal band ever created.
probably.
So to be a part of this, I have an image of hold. I
Sure.
do have a soft side, that kind of thing.
Mm.
But yeah, I just try. If I come across as, I don't want to come across as snooty.
No, you don't seem snooty
I
at
don't want
all.
to be snooty with people. No,
No.
I don't think
No,
I
you're
can.
you're you're very relatable. You're kind of an everyman. I mean, I feel like the people watching right now are gonna really relate to you,
Oh,
see
actually,
themselves in you. And
that's
especially as you say, every musician has to have an image. Clearly, you are in a band that is stuffed with sex appeal, and to come into this as a new person, the newest member, and to just be bringing this level of
yeah.
sheer, fake animal magnetism, since you're a vegan and everything. It's got to be overwhelming for you. How are you handling all of that?
Oh, super good. Yeah,
Okay.
it's not a problem for me.
Aw.
I just, with the bankruptcy thing, it was kind of soul
Yeah.
crushing. I was like a dream, and then somebody sat on it and cut one, if I could be crass.
Okay.
But life goes on, and strange thing happen. People
True.
sometimes may find something that summons a demon. You never know. And I say too much. Well, you get the idea.
I'm definitely getting some ideas. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So do you have a favorite song of Arcana?
Yeah, I do actually. It hasn't officially been released yet,
Ooh.
but it's called The Monolith King, and it's coming out soon. I believe they are mixing it now.
Wow.
The Monolith King is has a bunch of different beats in it. It has a blast beat, which is, I don't know if you know. Have you ever heard a blast beat before?
I actually have.
Yeah, there's something that's really something.
They're very blasty.
Yes, it is. And then and there's parts where it breaks down into more of a rock. So it has like blast beats, and then it has double bass. I feel
Okay.
like I feel like I'm a kid in the candy shop, and and then it goes to, oh, it's crazy.
Oh,
It's
how
crazy.
exciting.
It is.
So
It
that's
is.
that's coming out relatively soon then?
Yes, it should be out fairly soon, probably in November, before the end of the
Okay.
before
Well,
before the
as this is
shopping.
All Hallows Eve, we're not that far away, so
Yeah,
that's very
I
cool.
know
I did not.
cemetery.
Nobody else bothered to tell me that, Naz. You're the first one
Yeah.
to mention it.
Yeah, that's gonna be it. I think I like it, and I like the cemetery win one. But I think
Yeah.
if I had to choose one that I played on, I think I would choose probably. I really like the witch. The witch was a lot of fun. It's very
Ooh.
scary. Like just the, oh boy, it gives me. If I had the goosebumps, I'd get them from that.
Yeah, no, I understand it. It would be too hard for me to pick a favorite of the Arcana Necronomicus discography, but that The Witch is definitely a very, very good one.
I like because it's scary, but it's also kind of goofy. It's good. It has a little goofiness in it. I kind of like the
You
goofiness.
like goofiness?
I like it in the music because the music, a lot of what Mark does, like with writing, it's so serious. Like the
Um,
yeah, it's so dark. Like everything is, oh, my girlfriend. Shut up, right?
so
So
you're also not a fan of Mark then?
he's so weird. He's so, he's very, shut up. Just sit down. It's just, he what? No. He says I don't like. I do like you, Mark. I just don't like you that much. He's okay.
Okay.
And he says, yeah, he's okay. Like I don't want to.
But weird. He's weird.
Yeah, he's weird. I don't like looking at him.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm trying not to look. I'm trying to block
Okay.
him out.
So
right now.
it's aside from his face and his personality,
He
you like
can.
him.
I like what he writes. He writes good stuff.
Okay.
The music and stuff is good.
Okay.
Like his themes are just kind of dark. And that's, hopefully we can, at some point, if we get the band back together, I'd like to go into some more goofy stuff, like silly stuff to make you happy, and not like where you're singing about some demon woman draining all your blood out. So that's some dark stuff.
Well, and also, how many of those songs can you really listen to, right?
Wow.
Yeah. I understand. So you really have a vision for where you would like to see the band go.
Well, I do, but I have very little input since I'm the last one in here. So
Sure.
Hopefully the band, if we get back together, that they'll give me more like input on the songs. But at least they let me do some of the drums a lot differently, because I think the drumming I do is a lot different than the drumming that was on Death by Despair when the guy, whatever his name was,
Mamagoth, yeah,
whatever, when he was doing it, are you a pop band? Are you a rock band? Are you metal? Right? Was this the metal? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What are you going to do?
I see.
Make up your mind. It's like proof or get off the pot. You know what I'm talking about?
I understand. You visionaries. They want a clear path, and I understand that. I do. I understand it, and I think given the close relationship that you have with your mom, you probably were raised with a lot of confidence, and you know yourself, and you want the band to know what it is too.
I feel confident in who I am, and as a musician, I believe the drumming that I do can add a lot to it. So I think the next set of songs. You already hear how different The Witch is from this other stuff. And once you hear Monolith King, it'll be a whole nother jump ahead of that.
Okay.
So, it's going to be, I think the drum, I do my drumming first, and then the Baron, he does his bass guitar.
Mm-hmm.
So we sync up pretty well, and then Sister will come in and do vocals and her guitar, and then we just kind of tighten everything up.
Yeah.
And I think it sounds very different. I think it will sound very different than Death by Despair, which was odd. I don't know if you knew this, but Death by Despair was not the original name to that first album.
Okay.
Yeah, Death by Despair was supposed to be a completely different band from what I heard. It was supposed to be just a doom band that was fronted by Baron. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know if you knew that or not. Yeah.
I did not know that. And it's funny. I would have thought someone would have mentioned that to me. It's funny that you, as the newest member, you seem to know a little bit more about everybody else than they do.
I sneak in their bedrooms and look in their little what do they call those? Their little journals and stuff. I read. Oh, it's fascinating reading.
Okay, all right. So you like to get to know people in your own way.
Okay. I sneaky. I get in there and look around, and I hear the calling. I put it back underneath their pillow and run.
Oh, so I'm kind of curious if we can do this, but I was going to ask the whole band. I'm sure you haven't seen the show before, but we do have a little segment that we like to call "In the Vox Seat."
Okay.
I'm Vox. And I am, and my seat is very popular. People can't wait to get into my seat. And now you're in it, so I feel like I might as well ask you these questions because we may end up talking much longer after that. But I'm curious if you had to summarize Arcana Necronomicus's music In 5 words or less, what would you say?
Effing heavy metal bitch.
Okay. That's somewhat saltier language than I might have expected from
I
you,
feel
but
very strongly about it.
you
So,
do seem to.
um,
You seem to.
I didn't say the effing word. I just said the effing.
It's true.
So,
You
yeah,
did. You
I
yeah.
did.
You
I
you
know kids.
I
I know when
appreciate
kids
that.
watch the show. They
Right.
watch TV. Yeah.
Right. It's true. Okay.
I
All
wasn't
right.
calling you a bitch, by the way. I was calling everybody out that.
I appreciate that. That
Yeah.
means a lot to me. Thank you.
I know.
Thank you.
I
Thank
know.
you. Okay, and so your favorite thing about being an Amish vegan vampire musician?
Wow, just the freedom it gives
Mm.
me
Mm.
to explore my creativity
Mm.
instead of the traditional vampire lifestyle of killing people and draining their blood. It's
Mm.
simple if you think about it.
And really, if you boil it all the way down, that's pretty much how all of us musicians feel, I think.
Doing that instead of killing people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so we know you know what I'm talking about
I
then.
do. I feel you. I that touched me. I really I do. Yeah, I like that a lot. But okay, but so then the flip side of that is your
Right.
least favorite thing about being an Amish vegan vampire musician.
Wow, it's a lot of pressure
Mm.
to try to come up with something that we like as a band and something that you think might sound interesting to other people. Because sometimes we just go into a song and it's just appeals to us and nobody else
Mm.
likes it. But those are some of my favorite songs.
Hmm.
But also, sometimes we have to think about, is this going to be, something interesting for somebody else to listen to?
Right.
Like, grandma or grandpa, if they're in their Oldsmobile and they want to put in a tape of Arcana and they
Mm.
want to, do the banging of a hedging.
Mm.
Yeah, if
Mm.
they want to do the hedge banging, then, they got, oh, do we have something for that market? It's really market
Mm.
segmentation.
It is, and it's such a specific demo, and I don't think enough bands pay attention to it. The really,
No.
really, 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 really Oldsmobile demo.
No, yeah, and then we did the drumming on the Oldsmobile theme song too. If you don't know if you heard that or not.
I did. Mark actually sent that to me. I was
Yeah.
very impressed with the heavy metal
Yeah.
Oldsmobile jingle, and I'm so glad he had it up on YouTube because Oldsmobile, you may get another endorsement. You really might. It's like
Yeah,
a hot brand.
yeah, it was a birthday present for one of Mark's friends. I thought that was very sweet of Mark to
Very
think of
sweet.
him.
Very
Yeah,
sweet. See, he's a good guy,
yeah,
except for his face and his personality, I guess you
yeah.
think.
Except for him.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
he's all
Okay,
right.
so then my next question to you would be if you could only listen to one album for the rest of your eternal life, what album would it be and why?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
It is a tough one.
Well, I would have to say if it was one album only ever for
Mm-hmm.
the rest of, and I've lived a very long time. Vampires have very long lives.
Mm.
As a hobbit. Yeah, you live hundreds of years. Same here. We're the same. We're in the same boat. We're here for a
Right,
long time.
right.
Yeah,
We're
get
yeah,
used to the ride,
two
sweetheart.
sides of the same coin, really.
Yeah,
Yeah.
get used to it. I would say probably typo negative, slow, deep, and hard.
Okay. And
Yeah.
tell me why. That's an excellent choice. But what is it about that album that speaks to you as an Amish vegan vampire musician who got
Um,
his drumming role completely, by accident?
well, it's one of those albums that if you don't, it's very dark. So there's a lot of weird, dark, violent,
Mm-hmm.
abusive stuff. But if you take a step back, like you go like back like this and
Mm-hmm.
look at it,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of sarcastic and goofy
There's
It's not,
Goofy again. I know that appeals
yeah,
to you.
it's not taking itself super seriously.
Mm.
If you know the people that are making it, it's just part of a very dark style of humor. But the lyrics are very relatable still for a lot of people. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think that would be one of the big ones that
That's
I
a
would think
very
of.
good choice. Typo Negative is a favorite band around the indie music community that we're talking to right now. So I think you've probably scored some big points with that one, Nas. But
Oh, and
now,
may I give you some other bands that I like a lot?
absolutely, why
All
not?
right. So I like old Candlemass. They were one of the first doom metal. You know what doom metal is?
Hmm.
Yeah, okay. So they were one of the first doom metal bands I ever heard, and I love them. Nightfall is a masterpiece.
Okay.
I also like Sabbath. That's Martin Walker's band from Britain. Um, I listened to History of a Time to Come, and I read the lyrics, and I fell in love with Pagan Thrash. It was amazing. That man does stuff with lyrics that is unbelievable.
I'm
And
kind of surprised that you like anything with Ozzy in it, given his situation with bats.
Ozzy,
Hmm.
no, 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 not Sabbath. Sabbath,
Oh,
Sabbath.
ah,
Yes, they're a British thrash band from like
gotcha.
in the late '80s, early '90s,
Okay.
and then they kind of morphed into a different band called Skyclad, which was just as good, but they played folk metal music.
Okay.
But it was the lyrics have many layers. So if you like lyrics, which I do, I am
Mhm.
a sucker for good lyrics. And King Diamond. I love a King Diamond. Um, and Goa. I do like Goa. Although,
Ah.
yeah, we like Goa around here. A lot of us do.
Well,
Yeah.
I know Mark. Yeah, that was
Yep.
sort of how Mark fell in with Arcana in the first place.
Yeah, after Eddie didn't return. I think I was there at that concert when Eddie went into the World Maggot. I had a feeling that that was the end of Eddie. But you know, what a way to go. You get,
Yeah,
you
it's
yeah,
definitely a story to tell the grandkids if he was
there's
still
worse
around.
ways
Yeah.
to go than get eaten by a maggot. There's worse ways. I can think of some, but I'm not going to tell you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Well, now listen, Naz, we have one more question that I usually ask, and
Okay.
it's a little personal, so I hope that you're not offended.
We'll see.
But when you and I'm not really sure how this works in the vampire world, especially being
Mhm.
Amish and vegan as well, but
Right. I
when
am.
you put your toilet paper on the toilet paper roll, does the
Mhm.
toilet paper hang down over the top or do you pull it out from under the bottom? And why?
It's very interesting that that you bring this up because it's neither of those. So I just I have a like a little post near the potty thing,
Okay.
and I just put the toilet paper right on the post. So instead of going this away,
Okay.
like you got, it goes this away.
So it's like a car wash kind of thing when you're
Not
finishing
really,
up.
yes. Yeah, not really
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. All right. See, vampires are not that different from you and me, guys. I mean, this is it's good to know
That's just
where
that's just the Amish in me. I do things a little differently.
that's a good point. That's probably more where it comes from. That's
Yeah,
true.
it's an
That's true.
Amish
And you
thing.
probably go through less toilet paper anyway, being
I
vegan.
don't really use it. Yeah, yeah. It's okay. Yeah. I just basically set it there for the other people. I try to think of them. What would they like?
Very
Are you
considerate.
kind of think like how would they like to wipe? You know, it's not always about you wiping. It's about how would your band members like to wipe? It's about just thinking outside the box, really.
Right. You want to
Yeah.
put yourself in someone else's toilet and really think it through. Yeah.
You think
I
about
appreciate
them, how they would like. You see them on the tour, you visualize it, and then you like, or you want to reach and pull. No, you
Mm,
don't. You want to, like you said, there's so many options. There's so many different ways.
that's
Just
right.
like go up and just reach it, you can pull it off, and that's the beauty. Christina, let me tell you something. That's the beauty of it. Is you can take it off that old post, and you can just take as many as you like. You don't. Yeah, and it's not gonna go. It may drop on the floor. Who cares? That's for the next person to worry about. Yeah, you can
See,
put it up.
you know,
No,
really, I feel like you are going to be the glue that holds this band together. You're thoughtful,
think so?
and I do, and
Oh,
you're considerate, and you've certainly never played a part in anyone's demise. And
no.
you
Why
you
would you
know
say that? Why would you think that? No, I would never do that.
no, never. And it
I would
really
never
you're
ever do that.
no,
Yeah,
you're a uniter.
I
And
am.
I think that's really what Arcana Necronomicus needs at this point. Because, listen, I mean, I know you're new to the band, but
Yeah,
you know,
I know.
it's band member changes and name changes and bankruptcy and
All of
all
that.
of these things. And I feel like you are the little
I'm the little
the
engine.
little light that's going to shine in the distance like a weird little beacon to bring Arcana Necronomicus to the next level. I really I believe that
I
deep.
heard when you say that.
I feel that in my heart.
Mom,
I do.
shut your mouth. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. You should write that on a card.
I could.
Like,
Or
yeah.
some toilet paper. I could.
Well, yeah, you could. Yeah,
I
you could do that. That's a good idea. I can't argue that. Yeah, and sell it. Well,
Oh.
okay, I gotta go. I gotta go to my coffin because it's getting late. And
Oh.
I do have to be in my coffin because I do have to sleep in
That's a
the
good
coffin. I
idea.
don't know if you know that, but vampires we have to do. If you go outside the coffin, oh my goodness,
Not so good.
oh no, it's bad. No, it's really get. Yeah, it's bad for your skin.
Is it a Sealy coffin or a Serta coffin or a Simmons coffin?
It's a memory foam one. Yeah, I don't want
Okay.
to say which brand because I don't want to endorse that particular brand.
That's a good pussy because they would run away with that.
Yeah.
Arcana Necronomicus endorsed,
Yeah, unless
memory foam coffin. You want to
yeah,
make the coin. You guys need that
yeah,
money back.
you gotta show me the money first.
See, you get it.
before I tell you everything. Yeah.
That's right. You
Okay.
get it. All right. Well, I certainly don't want you to burst into flames or anything.
No, you
It
don't
was-
want that.
It
No.
was so lovely to meet you, Naz, and I'm so
Thank
glad
you.
that the band
Okay.
has you now.
Yep. All
And
right, see ya.
okay, I was still talking. But
Why? Bye, Mara.
Why do you guys do this?
I have lots of things.
Well, right in the middle of the interview.
I have to go to sleep now. You know that.
This is how
What?
this is how it always is.
Don't get yourself all
Always
worked
is like
up over nothing, Mark. It's okay. Bye-bye now.
okay, guys, I feel like that's going to be it for this Voxen guest. I don't even know what the fuck. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time. Bye.